choose high energy and affirm my success in life. I am living a life free of temptation. Sexual control is my true force of strength. My energy is vibrating with energy and inner power. I am motivated beyond belief. I am reconnected to my true self. I am living a life of control. I am a god in this reality. I radiate sex appeal and confidence. I maintain supreme impulse control. I am always calm and relaxed in all situations. Confidence is my true birthright. My features are legendary and desirable. I have bulletproof social confidence. I am capable of anything I set my mind to. I am proud of who I am and what I do. My willpower is always stronger than any temptation I encounter. I resist all temptations as they arise. I take pride in the way I look. I am comfortable in who I am. My passion for life is alive and well. I release the past and focus only on what I am creating here and now. My dopamine stores are replenished more each day. Joy is returning to my life. I do what I must to achieve my goals. Every day I get more and more happier. My eyes are seductive and mesmerizing. My masculinity allows women to be more feminine when in my presence. Others see me as powerful and self-assured. I am dedicated to achieving my goals. I forgive and love myself, even if I encounter what is considered a failure. My goals are what is most important to me. People admire me for my strength of character. People are attracted to my positive and inviting energy. I let go of all cravings. My confidence is rock solid. I need no one's approval and do whatever I please. My voice is powerful and I speak with authority. My eye contact shows my confidence. Women are attracted to me each day. I am proud of my physique and appearance. I can lead any social interactions if I so please. I am irresistibly attractive. I am focused on what is important. I make daily progress towards my goals. I am growing for the better. All women are just naturally attracted to my charisma. All women can feel my sexual energy when they are near me. All desire for old habits is gone. I am free. I hold myself to the highest level of excellence. I can and will improve. I succeed because of my self-discipline. I choose high energy and affirm my success in life. I succeed because of my self-discipline. I choose high energy and affirm my success in life. I am living a life free of temptation. Sexual control is my true force of strength. My energy is vibrating with energy and inner power. I am motivated beyond belief. I am reconnected to my true self. I am living a life of control. I am a god in this reality. I radiate sex appeal and confidence. I maintain supreme impulse control. I am always calm and relaxed in all situations. Confidence is my true birthright. My features are legendary and desirable. I have bulletproof social confidence. I am capable of anything I set my mind to. I am proud of who I am and what I do. My willpower is always stronger than any temptation I encounter. I resist all temptations as they arise. I take pride in the way I look. I am comfortable in who I am. My passion for life is alive and well. I release the past and focus only on what I am creating here and now. My dopamine stores are replenished more each day. Joy is returning to my life. I do what I must to achieve my goals. Every day I get more and more happier. My eyes are seductive and mesmerizing. My masculinity allows women to be more feminine when in my presence. Others see me as powerful and self-assured. I am dedicated to achieving my goals. I forgive and love myself, even if I encounter what is considered a failure. My goals are what is most important to me. People admire me for my strength of character. People are attracted to my positive and inviting energy. I let go of all cravings. My confidence is rock solid. I need no one's approval and do whatever I please. My voice is powerful and I speak with authority. My eye contact shows my confidence. Women are attracted to me each day. I am proud of my physique and appearance. I can lead any social interactions if I so please. I am irresistibly attractive. I am focused on what is important. I make daily progress towards my goals. I am growing for the better. All women are just naturally attracted to my charisma. All women can feel my
pleasure got the best of him.
And the time come for you to be your own man and take on the world, and you did. But somewhere along the line, you changed. You stopped being you. You let people stick a finger in your face and tell you you're no good. You stopped being you. You let people stick a finger in your face and tell you you're no good. You changed.
But I'm the best ever.
Welcome to Man's Superpower. Feel your power, bro. Get ready, get ready, get ready. Let's go. Bam, bam. I see you, Merca. You are on the right path. You are on the right journey. The journey of self-discovery. The journey of self-love. The journey of self-empowerment. Stay on this journey. Make sure you stay on the journey. Welcome to another episode of Men's Superpower. Welcome to another liberation session. Welcome to another opportunity to exchange energy with you. Welcome to another session where men get to impact one another with truth, understanding, wisdom, and most importantly, with love. Welcome to Men's Superpower. Awaken God within. Like I said, it's good to see you, whoever you are. If you are in the chat, you were meant to be here. So welcome. Feel at home. Feel comfortable. Talk to me. Spend some time with me. Vibe with me. Some years ago, I could not do this because I was a slave to PMO. I was a slave to porn. I was a slave to porn. Full of anxiety, full of fears, unstable, mentally unstable, emotionally distraught all the time, thinking negatively all the time, low self-esteem, negative self-image, quiet desperation. I could not do this years ago. I have to be honest with you, bro. I like to say, if I never accomplish anything worthy of the name, if I never accomplish anything worthy of note to other people, I know what I have accomplished. I know it for myself. Nobody else knows it. I can tell them. They can see a change. They can see a difference in my behavior. They can see a difference in how I operate, but they don't really know. Only I know. You know who else can know also? You. If you've done the same work, if you are on the same journey, do you know you have an opportunity to know me better than my girlfriend? Do you know you have an opportunity to know me better than real friends in my life? Because you and I have shared, and more correctly, are still sharing the same journey. And so you are my brother at a distance. You are my brother that I've never met personally. But technology has allowed us to vibe, to talk, to spend time together. You know me, and I know you, because we are sharing the same journey. Your journey is my journey. If I never accomplish anything tangible in the world, if I never drive a Bentley, if I never live in a 7-bedroom house, if my bank account never shows more than 5 digits, if my bank account never amounts to anything significant to other people, the fact that I have my peace of mind, the fact that anxiety has left me, the fact that I have self-confidence again, the fact that I can have great sex right now, the fact that my libido and my sex drive have been restored fully, and the fact that I can have the strongest erection with a regular and normal woman, the fact that I know myself, the fact that I can handle problems and situations and circumstances in this life and be like, it's all right, it's gonna be okay. That alone is my greatest accomplishment. I want you to understand this. It is my greatest accomplishment to date. And in comparison, just like 50 Cent says, he was shot, how many times I don't remember, but he said, when you've been shot this many times and you didn't die, what else can you fear in this life? Where I use that analogy to look at myself, look at my life. Where I used to lose myself. I used to be lost. What other loss can I incur? A girlfriend leaving me, losing a job, not having money, whatever. What other circumstances? My car breaking down, which is actually true right now. But I once was lost, and now I'm found. If I could do this, I could do anything else. And so I'm here right now. I don't know if some of you can see, this is a new environment. There's a little bit of echo, right? Because it's an open area. I'm just in the corner, but I'm looking at a vast area in front of me. But it's okay. You know, it's just my perfectionist type of whatever that's saying, oh, there's an echo, but really it's not bad. But I'm tired. I worked out. I cooked earlier and whatever, but I have to talk to you. I have to come here and spend some time talking to you in anticipation that I will help one man from relapsing tonight. In anticipation that I will help one man from going down tonight. In anticipation that I will help one man to know himself. You don't understand, bro. You don't understand the pain that I have in my heart for you guys. Because the pain that I have for you is the pain that I used to have for myself. You understand those days when you wake up and it feels as if, damn, is this how I'm going to die? Is this what my fate is? Is this my fate? That's the question that I used to ask. Is this my fate? Are you telling me that I was born only to be addicted to something that I can't get out of? Is this my fate? That was the most painful question that I asked myself for the longest while. And I know you have asked yourself, if not the same question, but similar questions. Is this what my life has reduced to? Am I ever going to be able to achieve my dreams? Will I ever amount to something? Will I ever achieve unshakable self-confidence? Will I ever achieve magnetic presence? When I show up in a space, will I be able to command attention without trying, without putting on a show? You understand, bro? People look for my face to say hi. Young or old, men or women. I'm telling you. And especially now, my body has been changing. You know, like the V's coming out, like broad shoulders, chest and back, and my midsection has been going in. Of course, that look catches attention, and plus whatever else is on me. People make eye contact. Usually, up to this morning at Walmart, this lady went, like wide open, eyes wide open, and just says hi. And usually, back in my simpish days, I would just be like, hi, how are you? Good to see you. But nowadays is, hey, what's up? I'm good. You good? Yeah. Or just a silent nod of the head. Because I'm grounded. I know myself. I'm good. Yeah, we can exchange numbers and, maybe later when I can tap that. But I'm good. I have one woman. I'm good. And I'm concentrating my resources towards making my life work, towards redeeming the years that PMO took away from me. So I ain't got time to have more than one woman. I ain't got time to be entertaining several women. At 41, really, I began NOFAP and semen retention at 36, 5 years ago. I'm still redeeming myself. I got to be honest, I'm still redeeming myself. What I have going for me is my whole being has been reestablished. I'm a new man. I'm strong. I'm powerful. I'm well established. I'm not moved by little things no more. I'm not anxious no more. That's what I have. But now I have to take that and translate it into material equivalents of success in the world. So coming on here and talking to you is as much an encouragement for me as it is for you. It's as much a way of reminding myself of the journey as it is of talking to you, of encouraging you. It is as much for me as it is for you. You understand? You ain't got to be perfect on this journey. And tonight, I want to speak about certain nuances on the journey. They are nuances, and I call them maybe psychological nuances. Lack of understanding that permeates this area of the manosphere. Whether it's no porn or no PMO, no FAP, and semen retention. There is a confusion, and that's that confusion that I want to address today, right? Usually, the guy who's on no FAP and semen retention, or at least who wants to get on, is also watching video and consuming material on alpha male mindset, rational male thinking, red pill philosophy, right? Or even MGTOW philosophy. And so that guy finds himself in this predicament. Let me just put the predicament out there, and then I'm going to go to the chat and acknowledge you guys. The predicament is this. You are still addicted to PMO. You want to get on NoFap. You want your semen retention journey to be satisfying, and yet you're consuming materials on MGTOW, female psychology, female nature, rational male thinking, a red pill understanding. And now all of a sudden you're saying like everybody else, I don't need a woman. I don't want to mess with a woman. A woman is a problem. And so I'm going to stay here practicing my NoFap and semen retention. I don't want to mess with a woman. Well, see, not messing with a woman is not yet for you because you're not healed yet. You're not whole yet. Because truth of the matter is this. You are going to relapse on this journey. That semen you're holding is going to come out one way or another. That's the nature of life. You can only hold for so long. You can only stay away from PMO for so long as you progress on your journey. This is the God honest truth. Anybody else who's telling you different is still addicting themselves and they're selling you something. If you know how the brain works, it's a long way from here and you will relapse. You will have many, many relapses on your journey. And so I like to say, watching porn is the greatest devils on this journey. It's the number one devil on the journey, because that's how you get the mental fog. That's how you get the confusion. That's how you get the anxiety. That's how you get the low self-esteem. That's how you get the self-doubt. That's how you get the comparison. That's how you get the ED. That's how you get the PE. That's how you lose the joy of life and the joy of winning, because the dopamine release from porn is so high, nothing in real life can match that. That's how you get fucked up. That's how your life gets messed up, is by watching porn and blowing a load to porn. We have to establish that first. Your life does not get messed up by simply releasing semen. I want you to understand that. The fact that of just releasing semen does not mess up your life. Because there are men who are not watching porn, who are still releasing semen, but their lives are not messed up. They're living normal life. Now, we're going to talk later about maybe they still lack energy, they still lack creativity. We can talk about that, but that's to come later. First, we have to talk about the lack of motivation that you feel comes from watching porn, comes from watching 100 videos in one session of 2 hours. You just fucked up your brain, because the dopamine release, the high that's gonna stay, nothing in real life can match that high. So when you watch porn, you leave this real life behind. And so I say, if you must release, let it be naturally. Well, what is the most natural to release? Well, for heterosexual men, which is men that I'm talking to right now, it's having sex with a woman. I like to say there are two evils that you're dealing with. The number one evil is porn consumption. Number two evil is semen depletion. Okay? At all cost, stay away from evil number one, which is porn consumption. If you should fall, if you should falter, let you fall with the lesser evil, which is releasing with a woman. I want you to understand. See, a lot of guys want to experience this journey in the confusion. They say things like, man, you know, when I am messing with no woman and I want to stay away from porn. And guess what happens? When the energy gets so high, they relapse and they go back to porn. Well, that's a waste of time where you're still messing your life up. You ain't recovering because you're just playing yourself. Remember, the first characteristic of an addiction is self-deception. And tonight, I want to address your self-deception. Your mind is deceiving you by telling you you don't need a girlfriend or you don't need a woman. You can do it by yourself. Your goal is to retain semen forever. And when you relapse to porn. And that shit starts the self-hate all over again. It starts the anxiety all over again. It starts the lack of motivation all over again. You know that. And I want you to understand that at the very unconscious level of every human being, there is self-hate. There is taking the path of most pain. And so, in my own journey, in the earlier stage of my journey, I did have a girlfriend, right? You know what my mind began to do? What my mind began to do is causing me to stay away from her. Oh, I'm gonna stay away from porn. I'm gonna hold my semen, and I'm staying away from her. Guess what I was doing while I was staying away from her? I was relapsing with the motherfucking porn. Meanwhile, she's calling me and I'm ducking her. She's calling me. She's showing up to the house and I'm sitting on the couch and leaving her laying down in my bedroom. I'm playing myself. I'm playing a game with myself when I'm gonna be the victim of my own game anyhow. I'm gonna be the loser of my own game. She's calling me and I'm like, oh yeah, but I'm about to leave the house. Oh, I'm not home yet. I don't know when I'm coming home. And she's trying to come to have sex and I'm trying to duck her. But guess what? She just called me to come over. I gave her some bullshit and I went home in PM mode. And so it wasn't until I realized that and I said, let me switch my thinking. What if every time I feel the energy and I feel like I'm really about to go to porn, I call her and have sex with her. Kill the energy, kill the urge. I did that and I began to progress because every time I did that, I killed the urge, I killed the energy, then I stayed away from porn longer. And as I stayed away from porn longer, guess what was happening at the same time too? I was getting accustomed to intimacy with a woman. When I was with her, I was no longer anxious because now my erection was returning, my libido was returning, my sensitivity to deal with a woman was returning because I had been staying away from porn longer and longer. I can't tell you in my work how many men I've coached, and the first refutal, the first resistance is, no, David, I don't want no girlfriend. And I'm like, I know what you're talking about. Your brain is deceiving you. And they each have gone through exactly what I went through. I don't want no girlfriend. I want no girlfriend. 2 days later, David, man, I just relapsed. I watch porn. That shit is killing me. I think I need a girlfriend. And eventually some of them moved on to getting a woman where now when the urge is very high, they get to release with her. And that helped them to stay away from porn longer and longer. Remember, when it comes to addiction, the energy must be transferred. You cannot recover just staying to yourself and then staying away from porn and then keeping semen. You must transfer what we call the addictive personality. An addiction is an addictive personality. It is a psychological personality entity that lives in you. And you must transfer that. You must take that from PMO and put it somewhere else. As you know, energy does not get destroyed. It must be transferred. It must be transmuted. So you might want to consider that tonight. Are you deceiving yourself? Is your mind deceiving you? Is your mind telling you to believe what MGTOW is saying? I was once part of MGTOW. Well, I mean, I'm still MGTOW, although I'm in a relationship, because I think MGTOW is a philosophy. It's saying, although I am in a romantic relationship, but really I'm still going my own way. I still live my own way. Like I no longer operate on the old beta-like type of life, mindset. And my girlfriend knows it, and she treats me according to my frame. It's my frame. So I still operate into the alpha mindset, rational male thinking, and MGTOW philosophy because I do me. I live my way, although I am getting the benefits of being in a relationship. So you have to pick your battle. You have to be able to pick this thing apart. You have to solve one part of your problem at a time. Welcome to Men's Superpower. Feel your power, bro. What's up, fellas? Thanks for being in the house. Like the video. Let's talk. Let's see. It's a lot of you. Lots of what's up, fellas? What's up, Merca? Good to see you. That 13 Hashem love. Hey, what's up, Sagafed? NOFAP, man. That's my people. That's my blood people, Haitian people in Creole. Welcome all brothers of empowerment and empowerment. I like that. Thank you. I like that. Merka, welcome, brothers. It's good to see you. That 13 Hashem love. Appreciate that, brother. Appreciate that. Thank you. I appreciate that super chat. What is DOP? I have no idea. What is that, bro? No, thank you. I appreciate that super chat. 1111. It must have been 1111 when you realize that. 1111. What is it? It's make a wish, right? Make a wish. Or what you're thinking is right. Or what's going on in the moment. Keep going. It is so. So mote it be. I think that's what, because the one is the confirmation of you making a wish, or whatever is happening right now is the confirmation that it is so. Keep going. Hold on to it. Believe it. This is the confirmation that we are in the right place, yes, at the right time. You are on the right path. You are on the right journey. The journey of self-discovery, the journey of self-love, the journey of self-empowerment. Stay on this journey. Stay on the journey. 9 shots. 50 Cent? I think that's a reference to 50 cents, right? Merka, that's a powerful word, David. Indeed. May the Lord be with us. This is the greatest gems of wisdom to be known in the time. A lot of men were not afforded this information from an early age, correct? Because us as men were told not to express our freaking sacred sexual self. Society, that is too, Hashem. Thanks for saying that. Society is very hypocritical when it comes to sex. Oh yeah, society has done a great job shaming men for their sexuality. I mean, society, oh man, like I like to tell women, I tell women straight up, when women say, well, men are all about sex, I'm like, do you have something else for men to do? Where they can go to work. Well, let's say the man has a job or he's pursuing his dreams. What else do you have for him to do besides pursuing sex? Or all men want is sex. Well, do you have something else for him to want? Usually there's no answer. And I would ask, do you understand that the imperative to mate is not dependent upon a man's will? A man does not decide that he wants women. He's been programmed to do so. So away with your shaming tactics. Away with that nonsense. You understand? I'm not out there looking for it, but I stand behind our masculinity. I stand behind our sacred sexuality. Everybody in existence has a man behind them. A man pursued a woman. A man got hard, pursued a woman, and had sex with him. That's why you're here. So don't talk that nonsense. Here we don't play that shame game on our sexuality. Our sexuality is as valuable as everything else in life. In fact, if not most valuable. "21 days. Welcome to the journey. Welcome to the journey. Welcome to the journey. Just remember that the journey is made of retaining and relapsing, retaining and relapsing. And when you do relapse, don't act like your life is over. Or actually, I take that back. Not that you should act that like your life is over, but don't believe your mind that your life is over. It's just a relapse. You go back on another streak. The universe is made of duality. Until when you get to that level where you can make your life one unified field, when you become a hermetic master, when you become a mystical master, when you have been a neophyte and you ascend to higher levels, you will understand that duality, you will raise yourself above duality, but you will know it's because you will have mastered it. You will know life is made of, for example, retaining and releasing. Retaining and releasing. There's no such thing as releasing forever. There's no such thing as retaining forever either. Okay? Yeah, keep going, Isa Zeal. Keep going, stay focused, stay balanced. Appreciate that. Thank you. You feeling that inner goodness? Yeah. That's what I'm saying. I learned SR at age 25. I'm 27. Before 27, I had been releasing to women and porn. I'm on a 21-day streak. I'm tired of relapsing. Yes, yes. Stay on the journey. You are on the right path. You are on the right journey. You are on the right path. You are on the right journey. The journey of self-discovery, the journey of self-love, the journey of self-empowerment. Stay on this journey. You are on the right path. You are on the right journey. So the question that you asked was, so what do I think about men who are on this journey and who practice also ejaculating through Tantra? Well, let's say, what I like to say is make semen retention work for you. It's a personal configuration. You have to configure the practice for yourself. You have to configure the discipline for yourself to make it work for you, right? So what I have done with Tantra is I have taken some principles and practices from that philosophy and incorporated those into what I call NEO, non-ejaculatory orgasm. That is being able to have sexual intercourse without releasing, and also releasing on schedule. Releasing on schedule, building up to the point of releasing, and also preparing what you're going to eat, drink, and how you're going to rest and sleep after releasing, so you can replenish your current energy as quickly as possible so you don't really feel a lapse, a gap into performance. That's my practice. It works best. I believe those things that you mentioned in the question are the right things to do. You see, the idea of I'm just going to put myself on a semen retention journey and just forget about that is not effective because it has no goal in mind. And the mind, whenever the mind does not have a goal, it creates self-sabotaging situations because you don't have a goal. I tell guys, don't just retain for the sake of retaining. Retain with a purpose in mind, to work on your physical body, to complete a degree, to create some arts, to heal yourself, to attain some level of enlightenment. Have a specific goal. Also, guys who are married and who are in relationships. Some of my clients are married and are in relationships. So every once in a while, they release because they owe the wife sexual pleasure. And in doing so, they happen to release, right? But they are on a plan. They retain for as long as they need to make their life work. I tell guys, you retain for as long that makes your life work, as long as you need to feel awakened, to feel good, to feel wonderful, to feel strong, to feel alive, magnetic, present. Make it work for you. Because when you put your life on that automatic retention with no end goal in mind, one day you will relapse and it will be to porn. And that's when you will feel like shit. That's when you will feel like you hate yourself. You're starting all over again, so to speak. So the 13 Hashem, if you're on retention, you have to decide what that is going to be for you. 3 months at a time, 6 months at a time, and go for it. You have to have a goal. 6 months at a time. Okay, let's go for the 6 months. After 6 months, you make another goal. You see, when you have the goal, you're more excited. You can wake up and look at the goal in your mind and visualize the goal in your mind. Like I said earlier, the biggest devil on this journey is retaining on autopilot. You have no goal. You're just retaining. You're just spending time. And then one day you get overwhelmed, you PMO. You not only lost the energy, but you fucked up your dopamine levels again. Okay? You invited anxiety again. You invited those lower energies again. You invited comparison again. You invited low self-esteem, self-hate again. Mental fog again. So instead of doing that on autopilot, you can decide what the goal of retention is going to be in your life. You see, I spent a long time in that state of autopilot retention. I had no specific goal. I'm telling you, really a long time. I was just retaining, but then after a while, I didn't get more excited than anything else. Because it was just, I'm just retaining, oh yeah, I'm on semen retention, oh yeah, I'm retaining, hey, 6 months, yeah, I'm retaining. I feel good, I feel powerful, yeah, well, yeah. But I wasn't in the gym. I wasn't transforming my body. I wasn't working on the craft. I didn't have a goal in mind. So I was aimless with the practice, which is still good, but it's not great. What's great is to decide what the practice is going to be for you. Issa Zeal, I am returning for all those times I released in middle and high school, not knowing what I was doing. I am retaining because I want my destiny. I like that. I like that. And so I did a couple of lives recently entitled "The Obstacle is the Way." And I said, the obstacle in your path, which is PMO, is the way to your destiny. So I'm glad you mentioned that. Maybe you saw one of those videos or maybe you didn't, but the resonance is here. The obstacle in your way, PMO, porn, your addiction, is the way to your destiny. If you take care of this, if you devise a plan for your life, if you take care of recovering, if you take care of semen retention, of making a plan, of becoming a student to your masculine sexuality, if you really devote time to understand yourself and understand your sexuality and devise practices that will help you, out of that, your destiny will emerge. Out of that, a clear vision for your life will emerge. Out of that, a good understanding of what your life is to be about will emerge. And so I like to say, well, a brother of mine, Merka, I think he's in the chat where he was here earlier, made this graphic for me. Don't count the days, make the days count. He said Muhammad Ali said that. I haven't said it in that quote, but I like to say capitalize on your retention days. The days when you're feeling strong, powerful, and inspired, put work in your life. Do something that matters. And I'm saying that to you, Issa Zeal, because you sound young. The day that you feel strong, the day that you feel inspired, do that thing that you feel inspired. Because soon, relapse day will come. You won't feel inspired to do anything. Right? See, if you don't do anything when you feel inspired, when the energy is high in you, and you won't do anything when you relapse, then when are you ever going to get to do something? When are you ever going to get to produce and create something? This is what sex energy transmutation is. When your energy is high, when your libido is high and you feel inspired, you take that inspiration and you work it out. You create what that inspiration is asking you to do. have realized with ejaculating how it can alter our manifestations. For example, a man wanting a job and then he ejaculated, and something altered, and then they called to say he failed the interview. Correct. 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 And I'm going to keep saying it. Correct. That is so true. And so what happens is, if your energy was high when you applied for a position, you were maintaining that frequency, and you release, you energetically and spiritually descended from that frequency. You fell off. But the job was on that higher frequency, and the job still stays on that higher frequency. I want you to understand, somebody else understand what he's saying. Let me put it back. So let's say the job was on frequency level 7 on a scale of 1 to 10, right? That's where you were when you applied for the job. You applied for the job on a frequency level 7 out of 10. And then after you've conducted the interview, sent paperwork in, and whatever needed to happen, you went and watched porn. You dropped your energy to a level 3. And so now you're experiencing self-doubt, because really what's going to make you not pass the interview is because now once you fail to that level 3, anxiety comes back into you, negative thoughts come back into you, self-doubt comes back into you, fear comes back into you, and now you begin to wonder, am I really going to get that job? Are they really going to call me? And then you begin to visualize them calling you and giving you bad news, because you can't maintain the positive thoughts. You can't maintain the enthusiasm. You can't because the enthusiasm is found on a higher frequency, but you drop from that frequency. You can't maintain that state of belief, faith, enthusiasm, magnetism. And so in that lower state, you begin, whatever your wish is, becomes your command to the universe. You will attract the new energy, the new frequency that you're operating on. And true enough, you have manifested it. You get a phone call that you failed the interview. You didn't get the job. This is how manifestation works. This is how the law of attraction works. If you could maintain that level 7 where you were at when you applied for the job, and maintain that enthusiasm, maintain that faith, maintain that power, that self-belief, maintain that I am God, I am powerful, all is mine, the world is mine, I'm going to get this job is for me, baby, this job has my name on it, all is well, I'm telling you, I'm on fire, and you keep eating, and you keep drinking, and you keep exercising, and you keep meditating, and you keep maintaining that frequency, I guarantee you, as day follows night. That's what they say, right? Or as night follows day. I don't know, one of them, because they follow each other. You will get that job. This is not literature. I didn't read this somewhere. If I've read it, I've only read the story. But that's what I've experienced in my manifestation journey. I have experienced all that. If I could maintain the frequency, if I could maintain the energy, I get that shit. It'll come to me. I get that phone call. I get that money. I get that whatever. But I've also done what he's saying. Let me put it back on the screen. I've done this also, where after my energy was high and I began a process of manifestation, I went in PM mode, or however, I lost the energy and my energy drops low. And now I begin to doubt myself. Am I really good enough for that job? Well, I hope they call me, Well, hold on. Let me go on my website. Let me go on the website and look at my applications once again. You know, you're worrying. I'm worrying, and I'm thinking all kind of stuff. The same thing for a relationship too. When my energy was high, and I would meet a woman, and it's like for a couple of days, I'm right here. I'm not thinking negatively. I'm not thinking that she's not gonna text me back. I'm not thinking that she's not gonna call me back. And usually, before you learn the lesson, I go in PMO. And now, all of a sudden, a thought comes. I send her a text, and I hear in my mind, she ain't replying yet. I hope she replies, you know. Why is she taking so long? And of course, she used to reply within 15, 20, 30 minutes. Now it's hour and a half. It's 2 hours. Basically, she has ghosted you. That's how it is. That's how it is. It's like you're the one creating that shit. That's the reality. You're the one creating it. This guy is speaking some mad truth right here. This is how manifestation happens. You see, you don't come here only to talk about NOFAP and semen retention. You also come here to learn what I know and what these guys in the chat room know. So if you can take that away, Mellow, I see you in the house. If you can take that away with you tonight, to know that if you can maintain that high energy, when you fall off, your doubts return, your lack of faith return, your lack of understanding return. And so you begin to visualize. And of course, visualization and daydreaming is how you create your reality. So as you picture them not giving you the job, as you picture her not returning your phone call, where that is the manifestation, that is the template for manifestation. So as you visualize it, basically you have just said, that is what I want. Mellow. How to visualize the microcosmic orbit through our body during sex. Mellow, welcome back. Yeah, I've seen you here before. Thanks for being here. I don't know how to visualize the microcosmic orbit through our body during sex. The question is very specific, so it sounds more like that's something that you know. You see, there are some questions someone asks, you're like, well, that's a question that comes from knowledge. Because how do you know of the microcosmic orbit can be visualized through our body during sex? That's not an average question that an average person would ask. Now, what I know in meditation, especially in the type of meditation called cosmic fusion, I visualize the cosmic orbit and I become part of it. That's meditation. That's visualization for cosmic fusion meditation. That's the highest liberation meditation. But during sex, that's tantra, I imagine. I have not gotten there. What I do during sex is I connect with my partner and I breathe. I send energy through my entire being. I send energy through my pelvic area, as well as breathing through it to maintain a hard erection. And in the action, I also remind myself of who I am, what journey I'm on. And then to make that the best experience possible. So I don't know the answer to that question specifically. It's a very specific question. you are on the right path. You are on the right journey. The journey of self-discovery, the journey of self-love, the journey of self-empowerment. Stay on this journey. Stay on this journey. Stay on this journey. Da Hashem, thank you for that 1000 DOP. What is DOP, bro? What is DOP? I try to. I can't. I don't know. What is DOP? Where are you living? I appreciate it, brother. Thank you for it. I appreciate you. Thank you. I think that's 1500 total, right? Because you sent 500 earlier. Thank you. Merka, welcome back to the house. I heard someone say there is an orgasm system, an ejaculatory system, and an erectile system. She calls it ejaculate choice, that we are the one that decides when to come. So I think orgasm and ejaculate. Well, simply one correction. Everything else is true, except that we are the one that decides. We can decide when to come. I think that's a more correct statement. Our reproductive system is already designed to do whatever it needs to do. But we can decide when to come, because that's what you do on semen retention. That's what I do. So we can take control of this unconscious process of our parasympathetic system, of our autonomous system. We take some of the control from our autonomous system and we use it to decide when to or whether to. My little turmeric tea. Turmeric, right? That's how they say. Turmeric. Turmeric is very good for you, huh? It's good for sex drive. It's good for reproductive system health for men. Yes. What I know about orgasm and ejaculation is that orgasm happens in the brain. And I'm going to tell you something. That's if you have a woman. Well, it happens jerking off too, but let's see. When you're having sex, as you stroke, as you go in and out, there comes a point when you feel that something happened in your brain, not in your body. You feel it. You feel there is a click. There is a sweetness that enters. Before you feel it, you're just stroking, going in and out. Like I'm breathing heavily. I'm in deeply. I'm breathing. I'm controlling my partner's rhythm too. So let's say it's back shot. You know what she wants you to do. She wants me to stay there, and she wants to be the one to push back, keep pushing back, and she wanna keep whining on the tip as she push back because you know what she's looking for, right? The same thing if she's riding. She wanna ride the tip. She's looking for, you know what she's looking for. So as I'm breathing deeply and I'm maintaining my position and I'm visualizing and I'm also controlling her movements, not to, for her not to get me to the point of no return, there comes a point where something just switched in my brain. It's in the head. And from that point, I become more sensitive. And if I keep going, I will be at the point of no return. And that's as of recent for me. That's very recent for me that I've learned that. I've learned because I've done some research where the neurologists, right? Neurologists, yeah, neurologists, the doctors that take care of males' reproductive system. I don't know, females too, I don't know. But neurologists. And they explain that orgasm happens in the brain, and it's a pleasure response. It's the brain's interpretation of the friction of the nerves. As you stroke in and out, there's friction, and that friction at the tip of the penis is translating into pleasure, and that's why at one point you feel that into your brain. That means, okay, the brain has registered this is a lot of pleasure, and we are on our way to ecstasy. We are on our way to ecstasy, which is that's orgasm. Ejaculation or emission of semen is a function of our lower back / pelvic area reproductive system. The emission of semen happens at the lower back. Do you know there are men who've been into bad car accidents or who've had some kind of back injury that can have an orgasm and sort of like a fake ejaculation, like nothing comes out because of the injury, but then they get to go, but then nothing comes out because the injury in their back, if something is not clicking to cause the expulsion of semen, that like they're not ejaculating. But of course the brain still works and still gives response to the pleasure stimulation and gives them the orgasm. And so this is the foundation. Once you learn this, and so now even more so as I'm having sex, as I'm stroking in and out, I'm paying attention for that moment when enough pleasure is going to be interpreted in my brain as it's time for an orgasm. And as soon as I feel that click, it's time for me to stop. And I'm like, oh, I got you. I'm done. Or at least I'm taking a break. And then have no fear. A woman is not going to run away. She's not going to be mad at you. None of that is going to happen. At the beginning of my journey, I used to feel that the woman is going to be like she's going to say something mad, or maybe she's not going to let me hit it again or something like none of that. You just explain to her that you have certain practices that you're doing in your life, and this is how you do it. This is you. And of course, by saying that, you establish your frame, you establish your alpha. Well, this is me. This is how I do this. Are you satisfied? Yeah, I'm good. Okay. So this is how I do what I do, and it helps me, and everything is good. So I'm gonna stop right here. Oh, hold on, baby. I'm gonna stop right here. Let me take a breath. Let me take a breather. Let me go take a shower. Let me go sit down. Let me relax, and then we continue. So, Merca, that's how we get to choose when and if we ejaculate. We can get to choose, but naturally, we don't get to choose. Every male is like a man is a male like every other animal male. We don't naturally choose when to ejaculate, but we can in fact take control, or some of the control, from our autonomous system, and now we are empowered to decide when and if at all that we're going to do it in the moment. And that's a lot of power to have. Hashem, what up? I see you drinking a powerful smoothie. Do you have some energy food tips for us to take a note on to get our body replenished? after relapse. Yes. Yes. You're right. This is a powerful smoothie. Kale, spinach, broccoli, carrots, banana, orange, ginger, cucumber, almond milk, and if I miss something else, apples. Yeah, that's a lot of nutrients. And of course, this is a NutriBullet. That means it's not cooked, it's raw, and it is what it says. It's a nutrients extractor. That's what they nickname this thing, which is chew. Instead of having to chew those raw vegetables, you break them down and makes it easy for your bloodstream to absorb the nutrients. So here is tip number 1 to maximize your energy before a relapse, after a relapse. You have to have some sort of exercise program going on. And I'm going to explain why. When you exercise, whatever you do, whether you run, I combine running with weightlifting. My new normal running now is 10K. I was running a 5K forever. Whenever I run, I would not run less than a 5K. Right now, it's becoming a 10K. Like whenever I run, I would not run less than a 10K. And then I put that together with strength training or resistance training, which could be both the same, well, combined. Like heavy, I push myself hard. I do a lot of leg work. I do a lot of walking lunges, a lot of squats, a lot of push-ups. Those are functional exercises. They work out the whole body. And I'm sweating like a pig, and I'm huffing and puffing. And if I'm pushing a weight, I push the maximum weight that I can push for myself, like the maximum weight that my energy allows me. And usually I leave the gym somewhat with a lot of energy, like, okay, I'm getting tired and it's been 2 hours, I need to go home, but I don't want to go. I just want to do a couple of sets more of the same exercises. I just have to stop myself. The reason being is blood flow, blood circulation. When your blood circulates, nutrients in your body get circulated throughout your entire body. And guess where else, baby? Your testicles. And you produce semen much faster. If you have exercised, you're going to realize after each exercise session, there's a movement in your testicles, right? There's a movement in your pelvic floor. Where that movement is your blood flowing faster, transporting nutrients to your testicles. So really in real time, you're feeling your testicles creating more semen. That's what it is. When you feel that bubbly feeling in your pelvic floor. When you don't exercise, your blood does not flow as much. You don't get to experience that like that. And of course, every time you experience, next time you have sex, you're going to have a much harder erection, which helps you to decide when to stop without ejaculating. So exercise is important so you can circulate the nutrients that you get from food and drinks to your body. So it does not help to be eating lots of proteins and lots of nutrients, lots of good foods, if your blood is not optimized to circulate the nutrients in your body, to absorb it. So to make you strong, so you can see it in your body, so you can see it in you, so you can feel it. So blood circulation is the way that nutrients get to be absorbed faster and more dynamically and more optimally in your system, and you get to feel that sense of aliveness. Number 2, supplements. My supplements are not here. But I take Mega Men from GNC. I've been taking that since 2004. It's the most complete supplements for men that you can get in one box out there. You can get a substitute, but you would have to buy several boxes to put together. That's the most complete that I have found. I take it. It's called Mega Men, like MEGA, Mega Men, MEN. They have performance and vitality. That's what I use. They have sports, they have energy, they have different denomination of the same Mega Man, depending on what area you want to target. I like to target performance and vitality. I like to feel crazy. I like to feel full of energy, like, whoa! That's how I like to feel. So I've always taken the performance and vitality. Yeah, the energy is just going to deliver energy, but the performance and vitality delivers just that, performance and vitality. I'm an energy junk. I'm a vitality junk. I'm crazy for, I'm high on life. I don't smoke anything anymore. I never used to smoke weed. I've only tried weed as a black man, tried. But I used to smoke cigars, like regular cigars, tobacco cigars from overseas. I don't take in nothing. Right now, I'm on a no intoxication period, so I don't even consume alcohol right now. Nothing. Exercise, protein shakes, nutrients, breathing, running, lifting, semen retention, high on life. So you gotta have some supplements, bro. I've put almost every client I've consulted with on my supplements. I like to joke saying I need to get some sort of affiliation with the company, but they don't get it through me. They just go to the store and get it themselves. And I'm like, I think I should get something back because I've sent so many guys to them. And usually the answer is that the feedback is, oh my God, I feel so alive. I feel so aware of myself. Like my energy has gone up. Like I feel like I'm right here. Like I feel like I'm alive. Yeah. And also you have to take some roots. Like I take maca. I take black maca from Peru. I would usually put it, add it to a drink, but these days I just scoop it up and put it down, put it in my mouth, and I just eat the powder just like that. I also take ginseng, but I take the vials ginseng. It's a small little bottle. The box has 30 in them. The bags cost no more than $15 in the store. Don't buy it online. Go to the store. The brand is Prince of Peace ginseng. It's little bottles with little straws where you just pop the top, push the straw in, more like you would do with Capri Sun drinks. Pop the straw in and just drink it up. It's bitter, but who cares? It's good for the body. And then eat a lot of vegetables, a lot of shakes, a lot of protein. And a lot of chicken. A lot of chicken breast. A lot of chicken breast. A lot of protein. Like, you have to mean this shit, bro. You have to mean business. You have to mean that my body is a business and I'm taking care of this business. You have to mean it. And so after a relapse, the one thing that you can add to everything I just said is steak and rest. Go and get you some steak, whether you make it or you get it steak takeout, because steak is very high in protein, just like chicken. But the energy levels, that the nutrients that steak releases in you is much faster and much more potent than chicken. Chicken has more protein, but red meat has more nutrients. So if you eat steak 3 days in a row after you relapse, you won't have to go 2 weeks trying to regain your energy. Yeah, and make sure you sleep a lot. No problem, my brother. All is well. Brother Thriller, you can start expecting manifestations depending on the level where you are in your own personal journey. If you've been retaining a long time, things can manifest anytime. And that is true. And that is true. What's up, OG Philly Cheese? You in the house. What up, my gang, my manifestation gang. Thriller Psychedelia, welcome back. If you drink much water, would that increase blood flow and circulation? It will contribute. It will not increase. It will make you healthier, and it will help carry out the nutrients in your body. It will add to the health of your blood, of course. But see, blood circulation primarily happens when you move, when your heart rate goes up. Your heart rate must doubles, or at least doubles for your circulation. It's like you have a pump, your heart is the pump, and you turn the pump up. It makes water, or whatever the fluid is, goes faster, right? So that's what it is. But water is always welcome. You have to drink water. Yeah. I've also heard too much water can flush out the nutrients in your body. I'm not sure if I have experienced that. There was a time I used to drink too much water. I had just gotten on the healthy lifestyle thing back in 2009, 2010. And I think at one point in time, I used to drink too much water. It was my personal trainer who said on the show, he said on the show. And when I think about what I know about the body, it's possible just before. So let's say if I take my vitamins in the morning, right? It's 6 pills in one pack, 6 big pills. Well, if I drink 2 gallons of water, chances are some of that nutrients will go with the pee, because your pee does change color after you take the supplements. It'll carry. There's a tendency that it might just wash that out because the water goes through your kidney, right? And that's where the liquids go through with the supplements, melted, go through your kidney together. So there is some truth to that. So be careful. But of course, you can know how to drink adequate amount of water. Just drink water, not to be dehydrated. Scientifically, once you feel thirsty and you're already somehow dehydrated. If you feel thirsty, you should have drunk water about an hour ago. Indeed. I also use black maca with green banana and sea moss. I have not gotten into green banana. I have not gotten into sea moss. I've looked it up. Yeah, I do take almond milk. Like I said, that's what I use as the liquid for my shake. I have not gotten to sea moss. I've looked it up, but I'm sure eventually I will get into that. But what I've told you just now, those are the things that I consume regularly right now. They're inside. In my old studio, I would have had them somewhere nearby, but now I'm in a house. So my stuff has their own place now, so to speak. Yes, sir, indeed. Let's keep this thing going. I have to try that CMOS. I have to try it. Let's do this. If you're here and you're just starting the journey and you wanna work one-on-one with me, there is a link pinned on top of the chat. That's the Patreon. It's coaching. There are 2 coaching tiers there. There's the Semen Retention and there's the Alpha Mindset and Sex Energy Transmutation tier. You can get on the Semen Retention tier, where I only work with you to retain your semen, to teach you the principles, the best practices, the habits development, and the psychological nuances and emotional nuances. Or you can get on the Sex Energy Transmutation. That is, you retain the semen and then learn to take action on your inspiration. Just like I got inspired to do a live tonight. It doesn't matter how tired I got. It doesn't matter how late I worked out and came home and made some protein, cooked some food. It didn't matter how late I was going to run into. I was inspired to produce this work, and I'm going to come and do it. That's Sex Energy Transmutation on display right in your face right now. The question is, do I fast? In other words, do you stay hungry, brother man? Do you give up foods for the pleasure of higher consciousness, for the pleasure of mental clarity, for the pleasure of good blood flow, for the pleasure of good heart rate or regulated heart circulation, or whatever? Do you give up food to feel more at one with the universe, more at one with God? Do you give up foods to allow your belly a break, your digestive system and your kidney a break? Do you give up foods, brother, as a way of sacrificing yourself, as a way of humbling yourself and to the universe? Well, by the fact that I'm giving you all these definitions, I'm just telling you that these are benefits. And the answer is hell yeah. Hell yeah. I got to be honest with you, bro. I got to be honest with you. I don't think that I would have achieved my level of empowerment either as fast as I have, as much to the degree that I have, as powerfully as I have, if I didn't use to fast. That's a big statement. I probably would have some growth, some development, some empowerment, some self-knowledge, some peace of mind, some health, but not to the degree that I have it right now. Fasting is an integral part of my life. I fast every Wednesday. Every Wednesday. I used to fast the first 3 days of every month and then every Wednesday. But now I only fast every Wednesday. And I have fasted 3 days, 10 days, 7 days. I've gone 40 days the longest. Now, don't go crazy yet. It's not 40 days without food at all. It was different variations in the 40 days. So the first 7 days, no food at all. Then when I really got weak and I couldn't go up one flight of stairs, then I began to do broth in the evening. Then I began to do vegetable juice. Like, I pushed it as far as I could, and it went to 40 days. And I have to be honest with you. That's when, in those 40 days, I realized that I had a problem with porn. Before those 40 days, I used to think porn was just something that I do to help me feel good and cope with stress. I have a Christian background. I've been in the church. Of course, the church fast. I have a bachelor in practical theology. Don't tell nobody. I was being groomed to become a pastor. Here I am talking about manifestation, spirituality. I have left the church to find the greater truth, the greater reality of life. Don't tell nobody, but tell everyone. And so in Bible school, I studied fasting and practiced fasting. That was back in 2008, 2009. I fell in love with it. I fell in love with that. I fell in love with it. You mean to tell me I can stay hungry for 24 hours and after that feel like a totally brand new person? Oh yeah, I'm willing to give up foods. Hell yeah, anytime. In fact, my motto is this. If I find myself somewhere where the food that's there is not foods that I eat, I go on a fast automatically. That's my motto. If I go somewhere, there is pork chops, mac and cheese, white breads, and I'm going to be there for 3 days, fasting. Done. Because I ain't eating that shit. I'm fasting. If my schedule is out of whack and I can't stop to eat, or for whatever reason, it's a fast. I declare it a fast. You understand, right? Like I've become proactive with it. Instead of saying I'm staying hungry, I call it fast. Okay, this is the fast. And also, every time I have situations in my life that require a lot of clarity of mind to solve, I go on a fast. I'm in a relationship, a lot of problems are happening. Or back then, back on PMO and stuff like that. And I feel like I'm going crazy. I go on a fast. I declare a fast. And I find answers. Financial situations, I declare a fast. Go get that clarity. Go give up foods and just calm my nerves down and calm myself down. You see, I have a lot to say about fasting because it's your opportunity, you and the other man, to get on fasting. If you want true personal empowerment as a man, if you want to feel powerful in yourself, if you want to achieve that level of self-command of your own energy, of your own presence, of your own power, of your own mind, and also on your environment, begin at once fasting as soon as tomorrow. Don't wait for no right time. There's no right time to fast. The right time is right now. When I get an idea, when I get an inspiration to fast, like if something is going on and the inspiration says, begin a fast, the time is right now. It starts with my next meal. You don't plan fasting because it's not going to happen. Because the mind hates being hungry and hates not having pleasure. You already know that. So as soon as you start fasting, you're planning, you never get to it. Because your brain does not want to go without food, because we are the evolutionary mandate is survival. You need to eat to survive. Your brain will disagree that you're planning to stay hungry. So you can't plan to fast. You have to drop everything and begin a fast right now. So that means you have to become arbitrary with it. You have to become like a dictator with it. Let's go. Oh, wow. I didn't even see that question. Yes, I've gone 40 days, but not just without food altogether. How to change your focus to pleasure for present moment when you feel that you're gonna come, because sometimes when you stroke, it's so hard to not let it go. Of course. Of course. You have to learn practices. You have to practice. And by stroking here, I'm assuming you're saying sexual intercourse, not jerking off that you're calling stroking, right? It's quite a process. It's possible, but you have to learn one thing at a time, though. Remember, you are a male before you are a man. What that means is you are programmed to release that semen before you are a man with control to stop that semen. I'm going to repeat that so it's clearer. You are a male before you are a man. And as a male, you are programmed by nature, evolution, God, you name it, to release that semen in hope to create another life. You are a male to do that first before you are a man. And a man is what makes you want to stop that process. And so you are fighting Mother Nature. You are fighting evolutionary impulse. You are fighting God's command to Adam and Eve in the garden. You are fighting divine commands. You are fighting evolutionary impulse. And remember, unconsciousness is greater than consciousness, which means the knowledge you have of yourself, your autonomous system, your subconscious mind, your limbic brain, your primitive drive are all bigger than you. You're smaller than them. They're bigger than you, which means you can change them, but you can only change them one thing at a time. For example, the place to begin is presence. You begin with being present in the sexual act. The male is never present in the sexual act because he can't be present. Because as you may know, as soon as you get aroused, your logical, the prefrontal cortex begins to shut down. It's designed like that. It's designed for you to be dumb as you get more sexually aroused. That's how nature, God, evolution has designed you. As soon as you start touching hands with a woman, you begin to be dumb. So your prefrontal cortex, the center of willpower, logical processes, rational processes begin to shut down. You can research that. And because as they shut down, that means you no longer have control over the moment. You are no longer present, which means at that moment, you're no different than a dog. You're no different than a cow. You're no different than a lion. You're just going to get into this thing, blow a load to make another baby. You're serving Mother Nature. When you come, what do they say? Then you come to your senses. And before you learn what I'm telling you right now, usually what happens is as soon as you enter the woman's presence, your prefrontal cortex begins to shut down. You're now an animal. You're not thinking. You get into the thing with her until 1 or 2 seconds after you ejaculate. Pop, 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 pop. Ooh, ooh, ooh. And now you realize that what just happened. You come back to your senses. Your prefrontal cortex now is reactivated. Your logical mind has come back. Welcome back to life. You just woke up. And now you're like, oh, damn. Oh, what did I just do? Oh, my God. What did I just do? What did I just do? So the place to begin is with presence. If you can achieve presence from where you're at home, from the time you set the date, you'll be present. Because some guys lose presence from the time they set the date. They fall into that state of visualizing, daydreaming, looking forward to having sex with the girl. I know what I'm saying because I used to do it. And I know many guys go through it. As soon as they set the date, they go unconscious, looking forward to meeting her. Where you're already unconscious. By the time you show up in her presence, you're way more unconscious. You're going to ejaculate. So if you can manage to be present from the time you set the date to the time you're getting ready and go and meet her and enter her presence, and you can manage not being anxious, you can manage being there, which means you would still have to do some other work. You have to unhook yourself from feminine beauty. You have to unhook yourself from blue pill conditioning. You have to stop believing that you're so blessed to go meet up this fine chick. You would have to take her off pedestal. You would have to unhook yourself from feminine charm, beauty, feminine touch. You would have to unhook yourself from the power of the vagina, so that when you enter her presence, it feels more like you are a gift. You are a power that you're bringing her, and she needs that. And that's the only way you're going to be present. These days when I have sex, I know she's looking forward to that therapy. It's therapy for her. It's energy for her. I am the God bringing this beautiful gift to her. She doesn't have, it's not like in the past. The blue pill conditioning is, ooh, she's a baddie, but she's a baddie, man. I can't wait. I can't wait to get in that ass. I can't wait. Oh my God. Like, you already lose the battle, bro. You've already lost the battle. But now you know how I show up. I'm gonna murder that thing, bro. She gonna be happy afterwards. Ooh, I'm looking forward to watch me lay the pipe down and keep my energy. You see, that's a new confidence. I have to be present because I'm coming like a king. Oh yeah, baby. Oh, stop. No, don't move that fast. Slow down. Nope. Don't touch my nipples. Slow down, baby. Listen, don't touch my nipple. I need time. I'm gonna ride you tonight. Like, shh, slow down. You have to be present to do that. You can't be, ooh, baby, I love you so much. I missed you. You've already lost the battle. So the place to start is presence. Is to develop a crazy level of presence. To the point where if she reaches for your nipples, you can take her hand off. You're present enough to do that. Remove her hands off. Because she's trying to sensitize you more, right? Nothing wrong with that. That's what she's programmed to do. If she's trying to ride the tip, you let her do it. But until she gets too far, you hold her down. And if she wants to get out of your grip, put her down. Like, oh, hold on. Get her for a second. Put her down. You're present enough to do that, right? And you're present enough to do it in positions that allow you to feel less pleasure. There are positions that allow you to feel less pleasure yourself so that you don't get to that point of no return. Then you must be present enough to do that. And then you must also be present so that you don't engage. I'm going to tell you what happens. Remember, I just told you, you are programmed to become dumb as soon as you get aroused. In that state, here's what happens to most men, most men, minus the few men who have learned these principles, right? Here's what has happened to you. As you're having sex with the woman, there is an underlying parallel conversation that your mind is having. You know what the conversation is? Oh, she's fine. Oh my God, look at that ass. Oh, that ass is fine. Oh my God. Oh my God. You need to stop that conversation, because that conversation is what's sensitizing you. That conversation is what's pushing you to the limit. It's what's pushing you beyond the point of no return. I don't have any conversation of that sort. You know what conversation of that sort that I have right now? Oh, my dick is hard. Oh my God, my dick is a steel pole. Oh my God, this thing is so hard. And when I push it in her, and then her toes curl and her eyes roll back, and I'm like, oh, I hit something, baby. I'm like, oh my God, I just hit. I'm tearing that thing up. That's an empowering conversation. It empowers me. It makes me harder, and therefore lasts longer, because I'm present to have that conversation. So you have that conversation in your mind, for example, in back shots, right? And you know what they say about back shots, right? If she wants you to blow a load very fast, all she has to do is give it to you from the back, and she gives you that arch, you know, like head down and ass up in that arch. You're gone. You're gone. You're done. The conversation goes something like this. Oh my God, that ass is so fat. Oh, so round. Oh my God. And you know, you spank it and you're rubbing it like, oh my God. Oh Jesus. Oh my God. And of course, next thing you know, it's like, oh, don't move. I'm silly, bro. I'm an Aquarius. I'm lighthearted. NOFAP makes me lighthearted. Semen retention has caused me to recover my inner child. I'm big boy. Innocence has returned. And so being present is not a small matter. To develop power in the bedroom, you have to develop your capacity to be present, because that's the only way you're going to be in control, is to be present. Start here. Everybody's laughing. I'm silly, bro. But you know, guys, I have to be honest with you, though. I think somebody has to say it, though. You know, somebody has to say it. I haven't heard this kind of material nowhere else. And so I'm willing to say it. And I've been saying it. I think my third video was like that. I think my third video was how to have sex and not ejaculate. I gave a rundown. And I used everything I just said, right? I said everything I just said right now. All the gestures, all the noise, because you know that's how you go. You know that's what you do. You know, as you're pushing this thing in and out, back shots, you know you're having that conversation. Oh my God. I'm blessed. And then next thing you know is up. Oh, yeah. So somebody has to say it. I believe in not being afraid to put that material out there. It's helping a lot of men. Every once in a while, I get a comment on a video, bro, and it's a life changing. Like the guy is like, I've been watching your videos for the past 6 months. I want to say thank you. My life has changed. Like I will never be the same. I like your vibe. I love the fact that you take time to explain these things, and you don't hold anything back. You don't know how many, these comments. It's like, yeah, they're helping someone. I have guys sitting down watching 3-hour lives, 4-hour lives. Yeah, every once in a while I get a comment. I recently got a comment that said, if you make your videos shorter, you will get more views. Bro, how do you prove that? You can't prove that. But, I'm not going to engage that. I just said, I see your point. Yeah. He said about an hour. Like, keep your lives about an hour. An hour? Man, we're just getting ourselves comfortable in an hour. But every once in a while, somebody like that. But the majority of guys don't complain. Merca, this guy has watched, I think that's how we started. That's how his name, that's how I got acquainted to his name. He said, I just finished watching your live of 3 hours, 45 minutes, 30 seconds, for example. See, he told me the exact time. I've had guys saying, I'm halfway through this live. I'm at work. I'll continue with another day. Look, listen, man. Because just when they're about to exit, it gets better. Somebody asks a question just like right now, and I go ham on something. Because without the questions, I may not create a video on the things that I know. I have found that the lives work best for me because I get to be asked questions, and then I get to let my knowledge out, because sometimes I don't remember what I know. Or I'm not thinking of making a video on this here. And also I realize when I have an interview, I get to remember what I know because I'm answering questions. Let me show you something, right? When I was recovering, these are journals. These are all journals of my PMO. The first journal here, that's not all of them. This is 6 journals. The first journal here started somewhere September 2016. The first baby steps of NOFAP and semen retention. The first journal here. This is 6 of them. Here is 5 more, 11 total, and 1 more down there, make it 12 total. They are all on my recovery journey. Everything that happened that September, first week of September 2016, up to right now, because I still write about my journal. Like today or yesterday, I wrote about my journey is different. Like my problems are different now. I have different problems than you. Like I need to be in a relationship to be more effective. Like being out there single, chasing dreams, doing these things is all good, but really to stay on this journey, to put the energy somewhere, to interact, like I need that one-on-one tight interactions. every day. All right, somebody dare me to pull out a journal. I've done that before. I've pulled out any journal and read something. All right. This is 12/6/19. That's just the other day, right? The title says, Celebrate Freedom from My Own Insanity. Celebrate Freedom. And then the subtitle is From My Own Insanity. That's December 6, 2019. And then it has weakness, neediness, self-destruction. Ending my toxic cycle. My ego loved the toxicity. That situation was my own insanity on display, whatever that situation is, which I know because it's in here. It says, I ran away from my own insane self-destruction and not from that situation. And so, whatever the situation was that I ran away from, I said, I didn't run away from the situation. I ran away from my own toxicity, my own self-destruction. On top of these journals, these are loose papers that I've written throughout the journey also. I had a job and they used to use color papers for whatever. And of course, I couldn't take my journal at work to write. Of course, if they saw me writing, they thought I was writing something that had to do with the job. And for 2 years, I would just use their own papers, whatever, because I was an auditor. And I would write. That was all about PMO. We still have some more. And all that gives you this big pile of loose writings. So this is what you're getting. Years of doing the work, documenting the work, so that I know what I'm talking about. I'm yet to be challenged on something I have said since I started this channel. I'm not saying that I haven't said something wrong, but I'm yet to be challenged on the validity and truthfulness of something. If you go to my website, find my link somewhere in the description. I have a page. The About Me page is a chronological story of my recovery journey. From 13, when somebody gave me, this guy gave me a Playboy magazine. I was 13. From 13 all the way to 36. That's 23 years of addiction. I have a chronological About Me story. I'm open. Anybody could go and read it. And I have pictures there. I have pictures of how messed up my face used to look. All right, so I just picked up one piece of paper randomly. Let's read from it. This is December 18th, 2017. The title is Focus. The subtitle is Ideal Life and Vision. Describe, put it into words. Focus on writing, videos, and social media. So basically, that was still the conception of men's superpower. But I didn't back then. I called it selfrealisedmen.com, which I did purchase a domain for that I let go, and it's written here selfrealisedmen.com. I was still preparing this work. I was still getting my mind. It says, focus and concentrate on this project like it is the only thing I live for. I swear to God, this is what it says. I'm going to put an overhead camera back in my old studio. I would have been able to let you read it. Focus and concentrate on this project like it is the only thing that I live for. Make it big. Dig deep. Gather my thoughts. Stay inspired. Get involved deeply. Stop at nothing. And then it says the Superior Men Project. That was another name I had for it too. The Superior Men Project. It was like, this is the Superior Men Project. But there is some work out there about the Superior Men already. I left that alone. But I think I'm the only man with work named Men Superpower. Print t-shirt. Work out. Get fit. Do some work. I needed some work in my teeth. At one point in time, I had lost a tooth. And it says here, take care of that. And it says, the self-realized man is a man who has come to himself, who has awakened. Yeah. Self-realization, the spiritual self, the divine self, the new man. New man, spiritual man created after the likeness of God, after the image of God, and so forth and so on. The key to all achievements is focus. Broken focus is the disease of the masses, the killer of all success. Distraction is the devil of all success. I have to tell you, my recovery was very intense. From 2016, really all the way to, I would say, January 2019, my recovery was very intense. Like, I didn't have room for anything else. I literally was just working, paying my apartment, paying my car, living my life, and then recovering. That's what it was. Like, my recovery was the main work of my life. I really didn't start going out there, like, back in the world, like, to expose myself to the world and begin to do things until really mid 2019. And then I started this channel September 2019, when I really felt like, okay, I think I'm good. I think I'm good. I think I'm good. I think I'm good. I think I can go out there now. I think I'm good. I attempted many times. I began to purchase equipment in 2017, but I wasn't ready yet. My brother Ali's in the house. Got another super chat. Canadian money, $50. Appreciate that, Mellow. Thank you. I appreciate you guys very much. I don't know how to make this question, but the women that... Hang on, I'm coming back to you, Merca. I'm going back to you, Merca. Merca, you have access to me personally. Hang on one second. So Mellow, I appreciate you for that super chat. I really, really appreciate you guys for the super chats tonight. And for Who was it who were talking about manifestation? Those super chats tonight are manifestations. Like in this season, they are really appreciated. I mean, they're always appreciated, but in this season right now, as I sit right here this Saturday morning, they are specifically and specially appreciated, and they are a manifestation for whatever season that I'm in right now. So thank you, Mello, appreciate it. And then my brother, here's another of my clients, Coach Ali. Thank you for that super chat. I appreciate you, bro. Just made it back from football practice. Glad I could catch you on tonight. Appreciate you, Coach. We'll talk some more. Glad you're doing okay. Everything is good. Thank you for stopping by. You always send something when you stop by. I appreciate that. Thank you very much. I appreciate that very much. Hey guys, so I'm releasing this product very soon. It's called Damage Control. If you want to get notified, find my link. There's a link in the description box to my website to sign up to my email list so that you get notified for when I release Damage Control. Damage Control is everything that I know on how to manage a relapse, because as it stands right now, a relapse always takes a man back to square one if he doesn't have this knowledge. In fact, oftentimes I hear, there it is, Damage Control. Introducing Damage Control. Learn the secrets to stop feeling like shit and get back up quickly. Lack of understanding in this area doesn't do a guy good, because one thing is certain. I'm gonna tell you right now, one thing is certain: you're going to relapse, whether you want it or not. Okay, so that's clear. That's clear. I'm not talking about your willpower. I'm not talking about you wanting to. I'm not talking about any of that. I know you don't want to. Oh yeah, and I know it's not good for you too. I'm not talking about that. I'm establishing truth and reality based on neuroscience and biology. We understand the brain through neuroscience. We understand the body through biology. We know you're going to relapse on your way to recovery. Okay, so that's established, right? But now, how do we limit the amount of psychological and emotional damage that each relapse does? If you gain the right understanding, if you get the right perspective and the right habit. Like, we need to do a cognitive reframing of relapse. You see, a relapse is actually a necessary evil on this journey, because unless you relapse, you may not know where you stand. You don't know how much you have grown and how much your brain has rewired. So I'm going to teach you how to evaluate a relapse to see how much you have grown since you've been retaining, and how much your brain has been rewired since you've been retaining. Because you have to become the scientist of this project. You have to turn this thing into a project and become the scientist of it. Being in control of it. You can't outsource it. I can help you do it, but you can't outsource it to me. I can't do it for you. You can't put it on autopilot. You can't write codes for it to automate it. You have to do it. So after so many years of trial and error myself, and after working with so many men, Coach Ali here is my client, current client. I've realized really on this journey, what gives a man the biggest problem? It's 111. Earlier it was 1111. Now it's 111. Wanted to call that out. Manifestation time. Make a wish. What I'm saying is true. That's the confirmation. What I'm saying is true. You are at the right place. You are at the right time. Everything is good. All is well. That's what this is saying. What I've realized is the relapse is what needs to be managed. You don't need to manage almost anything else. You need to manage a relapse, because a relapse is what has the potential to take you off the journey. So you need to learn relapse management. And the funny thing is, do you know the time when you will be free from having to manage your relapse will be when you die. So long you're alive, for what we know of neuroscience, the way the brain operates, it doesn't matter how long you haven't been practicing an addiction. Have you heard those stories about a drunkard, an alcoholic, who hasn't had a drink in 20 years? The story usually goes this way. He had not had a drink in 20 years until his daughter got pregnant, until his wife left him, until his son got shot. She had not gambled in 15 years until her husband cheated, until she had an abortion or she had a miscarriage. Those are unknown triggers in the future. And so, really, listen to me. As much as you would want to know that you are done with this addiction, it's not the reality. Do you think it's the reality for me that I'm done with PMO? If you want to believe that, please don't believe it about me, because it would be a lie. I'm not done. I'm still alive. I'm still alive, brother. Situations are still happening. I have a 2016 Genesis G80 sitting out there in the parking lot with a blown up engine. That's a recent car. That's my first luxury car that I bought. And I put so many miles on it, and plus I did buy it secondhand. It's out of warranty. Since I started this journey, that's an unknown trigger, because I usually jump from one car to the next. I usually upgrade while I'm still driving a car. And I haven't had a car break down and have to sit there and then now consider what I'm going to do. That's an unknown trigger, right? So you have to learn relapse management, because that goes into the future. Now you switch your attention from, man, I just want to kick this addiction to the curb. This idea of kicking this addiction to the curb, this idea of you're never addicted no more. You can, I've seen advertisements on YouTube. I can get you to quit porn in 13 days. I can get you to quit porn in 25 days. I cannot. Ain't nobody that can get you to quit porn in 25 days. Come on, bro. Well, you don't know. I know. You don't know. And that's why you're going to buy his product. Because you don't know. You don't know. But you're going to know when 200 days have passed by and you still relapse into it. That's how you're going to know. Well, he said 25 days, but I'm saying, what is he going to do? Give you a brand new brain? The only person who can promise you to quit porn in 25 days is the person who can give you a brand new brain. And that is impossible in this lifetime. So you need to shift your focus from, oh, I want to be done with this thing. So long you have the same brain, you ain't done with it. But I tell you what you can do though. You can manage. You can go long before relapses. You can manage to learn your triggers so that you see them when they're coming and you become proactive. And you're always one step ahead of the triggers and therefore one step ahead a relapse. That's what I've done, bro. That's what I've done. I'm not more intelligent. I don't have a better brain. I just have learned my triggers and have learned how to manage my relapses. Like, oh, I see what's coming. Okay. Okay. I'm gonna tell you what I did recently with the car. The car just, the car broke down. As soon as I became aware that, okay, I now have a car problem, I said to myself, true story. Let me stop the music. I said, I pulled out my journal and I wrote down, I need to keep working out. If I can't make it to the gym, then I need to keep running. I need to keep eating healthy. I need to keep drinking healthy. And I definitely need to keep my semen and become hyper vigilant of PMO. Why? Because I'm dealing with a situation that can make me tense. It's a lot of tension in having an entry luxury car sit there. It's not going nowhere. It's still very beautiful. And you have to look into getting another one or whatever I'm going to do. But it's because I have learned new unfortunate situations create tension in us, and our brain begin to revert back to old habits. That's when people stop working out, stop eating healthy, stop meditating, all your good habits. When people have problems, they stop their good habits. You know what I've done since that car stopped? I've taken my good habits up. I've taken them up. I've made sure I stay on top of that shit. So that's relapse management. That's trigger management. Because I don't want to have the story of, everything was well, men's superpower was well, life was well until my fucking car broke down. And then, boy, man, I don't know, bro. I just, I don't know, man. I just lost it, bro. I just felt so like, shit keep happening. And then I relapsed. No, I'm not going to have that story. I'm not going to have that story. You know what story I'm going to have? Yeah, the car did break down, but I saw it as an opportunity to level up. I saw it as an opportunity to create more products. I saw it as an opportunity to up-level my channel. And I saw it as an opportunity to work on my website and create more product and go out there and make more money. And I turned my attention now to Audi instead of the Genesis. Now I'm turning my attention to an Audi. Or, that's the story I want to have. A victory story. Not a sorry ass story that my car broke down and that got me back to PMO. So you got to learn relapse management and trigger management. So there's a link. Go to that link and get on my email list. And then, so you can get notified when I release this product. So you can get notified because you're going to need it. It's not like wearable, bra. I'm 6 months on on semen retention. I don't need anything about, no, you're going to need it because I need it. I need the information for myself. You're going to need it. All right. So your question was, America. Let's put it on the screen. I do not know how to phrase this question, but the women that want sex all the time, it's because they don't have any energy on theirs. Here's the truth to that. I think you were on the live that I did when I talked about that, right? Women are not energy generators. Most women are uninspired and uninspiring. So they're not inspired in themselves and they cannot inspire you. They don't generate energy from within. Men, by virtue of holding your own energy, you can generate inspiration from within. Women are social creatures. They get inspiration and energy by association with other people. And of course, with you, by association with you. And what do you have that's of the highest dynamic level for them to get? Your presence, your touch, your words, and finally, your buzz. Remember that the nutrients in your semen, when that lands inside of her, she benefits from the nutrients. In some cultures, some women apply semen on their faces and on their skin to get the nutrients. That's what makes a baby. This is what happens in a relationship usually. The guy is all alpha. He's all powerful. He gets with the woman and he begins to release in her. Often, she gets all the nutrients, all the minerals, and she begins to be more powerful, more energetic, more present, more dynamic, more thoughtful, more awake. Everything that happens to you on semen retention happens to her when you give it to her. And now she's using his energy to put him down, his energy to get at him. And that has happened to me. Now she's like, no, you ain't doing this. I ain't do. Matter of fact, and now she has the control because she has the energy from him. Usually until he walks away. Now she has no more energy and she goes back to level 1. And he begins to practice semen retention. His energy goes back up. She sees that. She finds a way to get back with him. He begins to give her the energy again. The same thing happens. His energy goes low. She glows up. She becomes dynamic, powerful, and all masculine. The same thing happens again. And that creates a toxic cycle. I've been through that. I'm telling you, it's a beautiful thing when you can hold your energy and not give it to a woman. And you can look at her and you're watching her and you feel like, oh my God, she wants this thing. She wants this energy. My God, she's in pain. She doesn't look as radiant. She doesn't sound as powerful no more. She doesn't sound as assertive no more. My God. So my semen gives her life. She becomes alive when I ejaculate inside of her. Oh my God. So now, don't tell nobody. You become in control. Now, you're in control. You're in control. Because now you know. She has no inspiration of her own. She can't inspire herself. She can't inspire you. She can't create the energy. She has to get it from you. She knows you are a powerful source of energy. She's reaching out to you, and now you're managing it. You are in power now. You are in power now. You rule that woman's life now. Don't tell nobody. I don't mind my woman finding my videos and watching my videos because that's how I live anyway. I say these things in my life. It's not like I'm one guy in this work and then I'm a different guy out there. No. I talk about these things. I'm like, you want my energy. My energy is therapy to you. I know you want it. And that's how you're going crazy when I don't give it to you like that. Yeah, you're schizophrenic. Like, you go crazy. I say those things because they're true. What's she gonna say? They're not true? They are true. So, when you understand that, you have just reached a new level of masculine empowerment and dominion. Well, I don't know what reverse Kegels is. I know what Kegels are, but I don't know what reverse Kegel is. I'll have to look that up, bro. I will put that up. Thank you, my brother. Appreciate it. I have relapsed today and found this channel. Wish I found it sooner. This is a real channel. Bro, you deserve a standing ovation. Let's do that. The reason being is that I just read to you a piece of writing in 2017 when I was conceiving this work. And of course, it started, the conception of this work started early 2017. And now this work has been here for almost 2 years. September will make it 2 years. I have about 140 videos. I could have made way more because I've had time, but when I make them, I drop them. And when I take a break, I take a break. But comments like this is what makes it worth it. Yeah. So that deserved a standing ovation in low dance, like, yeah. So I'm sure Vinny Mac, you're already learning some things. And my brother Merca has already welcomed you. I think I need to make Merca a what you call it? What you call it, that thing? Moderator. I think so. Vinny Mac reminds me of the movie My Cousin Vinny, a classic, one of my faves. I'll watch that any day, anytime. The laughter, I mean, that movie is crazy. Like, you definitely will laugh the same way you laughed the first time. Anybody knows My Cousin Vinny? I don't know characters by name, like the real name, so I can tell, but My Cousin Vinny is a freaking real gem. Like, that's a classic movie. the two youths, the two what? The two Hughes, you know, I have an accent too. But it's one of the most beautiful movies in terms of comedy. My cousin Vinny. My brother, thank you. Somebody said facts. So somebody must have spoken some facts. I hope it was me. There we go. This is usually what happens. Here's the question. How is this channel not more popular? Must be getting suppressed. Absolutely. You're all right. I got to be honest with you. I don't think the algorithm likes my channel. This week I got a comment yesterday or this week. Comment that said, "You deserve more subs." I often get comments like that. I often get comments like this, like that says, "You deserve more subs." 2 days ago, somebody said, "You deserve more subs." Often. 2 days ago, No Blue says, "You deserve more subs." Yeah. But you know, it is what it is. When I think about my channel, I'm like, I've done enough for it to be more popular. Like I've done enough though. But I've seen channels that mention semen retention and NOFAP both in their titles and in the content and in their descriptions. They still get a lot of views. They still get monetized. I mean, mine is monetized, but if you don't get the views, you're not gonna make money on the monetizations anyway. But I think the algorithm somehow is able to realize, okay, this shit is deep. Like this is what we don't need to let out there. When this guy does it live, he goes too deep. Like, no. The few subscribers he has, let them find him. But nah. This can't be this can't be heard by all men. Oh no. Nah. You literally just answered my question without saying anything. Manifestation, right? You are a manifestation gang. You manifested that. Trayvon Rollins. What's up? Thanks for being in the house. I hope you're still here. Thanks for being in the house. My coach. I watched my cousin Vinny 2 nights ago. Wow. You still here, coach? Appreciate you. Dang. I'll watch it again. You know what? When I was saying that, I was thinking I should go and watch it. I'm sure it's not free. Like, I don't want to pay. I don't have anything. I don't have Netflix. I don't have Amazon Prime. I don't have no TV. I don't watch live TV. I only do YouTube. And I don't have YouTube Premium either, because I do like the advertisements. Because a lot of things I've discovered, a lot of products I've discovered through advertisements on YouTube. So I don't want to take the advertisement opportunity away from YouTube. So if something is not free on YouTube and I can't come to your house and watch it, I ain't gonna watch it for now. Yeah, it's a classic, ain't it? I mean, I've watched that movie so many times, and each and every time you have to laugh. You cannot not laugh. It's impossible. Good question. Do you have any semen retention tip or ejaculation tips for men of different ages? For example, 20s, 30s, and 40s. Definitely 20s, man. I gotta be honest with you. I've coached if you under 20 and up to 25, it's a wild crowd. These guys still have a lot of testosterone, a lot of energy, Hold on. I think you need to hear me louder, right? I had put the volume down somehow. So, the guy in his 20s, I think to stay safe and be sane once a week, a guy in his 20s, if that guy goes 3 months without having sex, that's a beast. And he can achieve a lot. He can get a lot done. Because remember, his testosterone is still at their peaks, like crazy energy. Crazy energy. I can imagine a discipline of once a week for a guy in his 20s won't hurt him. He still would have plenty. Remember now, a discipline of once a week instead of jerking off every day. Because a guy in his 20s is going to want to release every day. So if he can get on the discipline of once a week in his 20s, he can still be a monster. And of course, let that once a week not be PMO. Let it be with a human being. So my brother, The Last Warrior, just released a video. I like to watch him. The secret to finding true love explained. Love yourself is true love. Yeah, that's how you find the true love. 30s, about the same thing, once a week, but 40s definitely not. Because at 40, you can go a month without busting a nut, like as a discipline. And you can go definitely 3, 4, 5, 6 months in your 40s and not feeling crazily out of control. And of course, in your 40s, you need to keep those nutrients, and you need to keep those testosterones building up, because of, as you know, there's a major decline that begins at 40. I'm 41, and I have to be honest with you. This is the deepest my voice has been since my 20s. Whatever you can hear, if you can hear, like there's this growling in my voice. It's been here for a minute, and it's becoming more and more prominent as I work out, as I eat, as I do whatever. My pelvic floor, my testicles, my reproductive system has way more movement now than I can ever remember. I wake up with better hard-ons now than I can ever remember. When I start running, it's almost like there's no stopping in sight or in mind. I just keep running. The same thing in the gym, the same thing in the bedroom. What has happened is, of course, quitting PMO and being on semen retention, plus wisdom, knowledge, getting enough sleep, taking supplements, eating more rightly, healthily, all that really have made me, it's like, oh my God, this is the best I've ever been. Like, this is the best I've ever felt. This is the best I've ever been. My voice is resonant, my presence, my power, my self-knowledge. Like, dang, everybody wants me. If she doesn't want me, then he wants to be like me. You know, like if a straight guy wants to, at least he would like to have some of my energy. Like, he has to acknowledge me. She acknowledges me, but you know, she would want me to put that power. I gotta be honest with you, bro. When I'm doing the significant woman in my life, it's a freaking powerful position. Like, it doesn't matter if she's on top or not. Like, I'm the motherfucking dynamo. And usually she just goes like total submission, total bowing, total abandonment of herself to me. And she says, you are naturally high on energy. And she says about herself, she's naturally low on energy. And this is I can't remember the last time I asserted myself the way I do now. So we want the guy in his 40s to pay attention to that beautiful life. Remember, there's this thing out there that your life does not really begin until 40. Because right now, I have gray, salt and pepper. People associate that with wisdom. They want to listen to somebody who looks like me, like at least with the gray. They think you have something special to say because you've seen some things, you've experienced some things. You can master yourself now. So semen retention for a guy in his 40s, it's a different game than 20s and 30s who are just seeking to achieve dreams and controlling testosterone. At 40, this is like mastering life itself. This is thinking something and manifesting it. I'm telling you, you think it and it manifests. I'm telling you, I think it, they say it. I think they should say it, they come and say it. I think they should do it, they come and do it. I tell you, I have minimal conversations with people. I manifest them, I visualize and daydream and create that manifestation, and they take action. So there is this concept in Taoism called Wu Wei. Wu Wei is effortless action or non-action action. That is, you take the most massive action by not taking action. As I'm sitting here, I'm taking massive action. You know what the action is? I'm speaking into your soul. I'm influencing you. I'm changing you. And I'm also manifesting my life as I'm doing this right now. Because as I'm speaking, I'm releasing energy. These things that I'm saying come back and strengthen me. So the guy in his 40s, if that's your age, because you have a lot of wisdom, you have a lot of esoteric understanding, that might be your age. It's very special for you and I, bro, to push this thing as far back as possible. My motto now is, when dealing with a woman, I wait for her to want it. So long she hasn't asked for it, I'm chillaxing. I'm, taking care of my energy. I'm chillaxing. And, of course, at this level now, there's no such thing as she's mad at me and not want to give me anything. So I ain't worrying about that. But there was a time when I was recovering, when a woman denied me sex. It was happy time. Happy time, happy time. Yeah. We just did not. Yeah, that means I get to love myself and keep my energy and go, because hell, I might have blown a load had you given it to me. So not giving it to me, it's a sure guarantee that I didn't blow a load. Happy time, happy time. Cognitive reframing. But when you do this work and you come to this position, no woman wants to refuse you. She ain't gonna refuse your sex. And so now you can't use that to your advantage because she ain't gonna refuse you. And now she's the one making moves on you. So you have to create a strategy, on staying out there as long as possible. I've learned so many things to my journey, to my experience. My hope is the only way I can get this information to a lot of men is this way, through these hours of blah, and then let them sit somewhere and hopefully a man one day just comes across them. Okay? I've learned a lot. And obsession, releasing your obsession to women is the key to your empowerment. If you put that together with semen retention, like releasing your obsession, what do you need to release your obsession from? Feminine beauty, feminine touch, feminine voice, feminine sight, feminine gestures. You know, when a woman does something like, you have to unhook yourself from that power that she has over you, because she naturally has that power. If a woman is talking to you and she's like, oh yeah, she just communicated to your soul. If she gives you a smile, like she just communicated to your soul, and you have to rewire your brain. Don't tell nobody. These are massive masculine secrets. I've had women who met me in real life. They go to my channel, they watch some of my videos, and they stop being my friends. I don't care. They can't, because they're like, they've told me, I feel like you might be manipulating me. I feel like, you know, like you're too powerful for me. You know too many things. Like I can't deal with you. I feel like I'm in danger. Okay. You know, there's a woman that loves the danger, so let her have the danger then. She's brave enough to love the danger. I know a woman who's crazy about the danger. She knows. You know how they say, and which is true, women want to be with a man who has the capacity to set this house on fire, but chooses not to. And the man who basically can tear her apart, but chooses to love her instead. You know, he's a stray bullet, but a controlled stray bullet. You know, it's a crazy analogy, but if controlled fire, that's who a woman wants to be with. She knows you're crazy. She knows you're sitting on a lot of madness, but you have learned to control the madness. So you have to unhook yourself, and you have to release those obsessions. Feminine beauty, feminine touch, feminine gestures, words, especially reassurance words. You don't need reassurance words from women. You don't need it. And this is not the cliche, you don't need it. It's a fact that you don't need it, because she doesn't manufacture inspiration. She has to get inspiration from association to an external source. So then whether she get it to give to you, but you get inspiration from within, through this energy within you. So you have to give to her. And this is why a woman will eventually leave the beta male who's seeking her opinion all the time, who believes her words all the time, who wants to hear from her all the time. Because she ain't got nothing to really give to him. She wants to hear from him, because he has the source of inspiration. And so you have to achieve mastery, or success, should I say, in releasing your obsession to the feminine. For example, bro, my lady could be naked in front of me. I no longer have that natural reaction, obsessive reaction that the male tends to have when seeing a naked woman. I'm still aware that she's naked, and now have a choice. What do I do with that nakedness? I have to choose. I can choose, as opposed to the natural, obsessive, spur of the moment, automatic reaction to she's naked. Oh my God, I need to, go do something. Right now it's she's naked, but I may want to have a serious conversation with her. All right, baby, come sit down here. Let's have a conversation. And we're gonna have a mad conversation. I am oblivious to the fact that she's naked because I have a goal. I want to have a conversation. What about positions? You have to release your obsession to the feminine position in sexual intercourse. I'm telling you, there are two major positions in sexual intercourse. If you don't release your obsession to them, you will continue being a slave to the feminine. Position number one is missionary, but the short leg girls that can put their hands behind the legs like that. You're done. You are done. There you go. You're done. You're done. You're done. Not every woman can do that. A tall woman cannot do that. A heavy set woman cannot do that. But there's the petite, short, the kind that I like. I'm not talking about she just lays down there with her feet still on the bed and you go inside of it. No. She takes her legs, put her hands behind them, and she brings them here, and her feet are right here. You're done. You're done. This is how men become pussy whipped. This is how men get married. This is how men give up their livelihood, 401ks. This is it. Done. Done. You're done. You are done. You're done. Until you can ignore it in your consciousness while doing that. She just did it. Oh, everything is in. In fact, you're hiding something. But in that moment, you are oblivious to the fact that that's the position that she's in. Your focus is in stroking, maintaining your energy, maintaining presence. And when you leave her, you don't go thinking about it. You know how, and that's another thing too that gets you. If after you have sex with a woman, you go off and think about it, think about how nice it was, how sweet, and the different positions, that's an obsession you have to let go of. The second position is doggy style. I'm not talking about stiff back doggy style, no. I'm talking about flexible back doggy style. I'm talking about head down, ass up, like head in the sheets doggy style. Back arched up doggy style. Everything's spread out from the back. If you don't master that, if you don't release your obsession to that, while you're doing it, your mind is having another conversation. Your mind is saying, oh my God, this is so beautiful. This is so nice. And oh my God, I want this. I want this. I want to have this forever, And so these things that I'm telling you are things that I've experienced for years, and I didn't like the way they used to make me feel. I used to feel like I was tied to the feminine, not just a particular woman. I felt like I needed to get loose. I needed to release myself from that. And of course, porn didn't help. I needed to be set free from that. And so that's the work that I have done. And so, Neo, welcome. Do I still look? Of course. I look. Them Fashion Nova clothes out there, shit. I look, bro. These ladies doing surgery, fat transfer from liposuction from the belly to the butt. They look good, bro. Of course I look. Do I want to tap that? Hell yeah. Do I go for it? No. Why? I don't want to put resources behind it, bro. Why? Do you know it takes resources to deal with one more woman? You got to drive a car. You got to put gas in the car. You got to take time for the date. You got to take time to meet up. You got to take time to text, time to talk. I'd rather be here on a Friday night with you. My girl is at work. She works overnight. She's a nurse. I'd rather be here with you. So I won't put resources behind towards it. That's not an investment. The ROI, the return on investment on that is not. It's not something at my place now. My pride is not how many women I can sleep with now. My pride is how many men I can impact. My pride is how much work can I put out there and how much can I bless. How many people can I bless? Particularly how many men can I bless? That's where my pride is right now. That's where my good feeling is right now. Big T, bro. Big T, bro. That's how I can pronounce it. Try typing in semen retention in YouTube search. It's censored all the way. No kidding. The powers that be don't allow it to be mainstream because, oh my God. I gotta believe you, bro. Thanks for putting that out there. It's not even just YouTube, right? How about your phone? Have you realized everything? I don't know if you've realized your keyboard. You have, so let's say you have suggestion turned on your phone, right? As you type, look, man, words associated to sex are not a suggestion, are not part of the suggestion. I have an iPhone. I've been using iPhone since second generation. It's not part of the suggestion. Now, orgasm, sex, ejaculation, penis, no, there's no suggestion for those, but there is a suggestion for almost every other word out there. Neo, welcome back. Appreciate it. I did gather info that explained young men in their 20s should only, there we go, ejaculate every 2 weeks, or a men in their 30s every 5 weeks. That'd be some good healthy stuff. Why is it after around 30 days the skin tone changes? Also, the eyes seem more open, and also there is a type of gentle air, yes, that feels like it's flowing around the face. That actually, that is true. That is true. Well, I would have to say it's the nutrients, man. The nutrients. 30 days worth of nutrients. It feels good on the skin. That air is really just a higher consciousness, because that air is always there. Let's just imagine the air is there right now. Why is it that you feel it after you have retained for so long? It's got to be a consciousness. It got to be now you're conscious of the air. When the air blows in your face, now you feel it. Now you're sensitive enough to pick it up. It has to be that. Modern monk of Borat. Have you heard about Vipassana? 10 days retreat. I might have. The courses are offered for free all over the world. Even living and food is free. I think I might have heard that. I think I need to look into that. I might have heard that. Thanks for mentioning that. Appreciate that. Yeah, guys. Find that link. That first link about joining my email list, so that when I release this damage control product, you get notified. Questions, comments, and as we wind down, let's wind down, guys. Questions, comments, and as you like my work, you see I put a lot of hours. Consider supporting me. I would appreciate it. Everything, the world operates on money. Here is my Cash App, $ David Rich Forever. David Rich Forever. It would be greatly appreciated. Everything runs on money. I wish you could see this setup. I don't have to. I could just use my phone, but I started with my phone. But I think quality is important. If I love my work, although I may not be making money off YouTube from the work, but I love what I'm doing. And I love being able to make it look like the way that I would want to consume it. So, I could be using StreamYard. There's nothing wrong with it. I just like to have a little bit more freedom to do other things. I'm sure some of the things that I can do here on this screen here, you don't have the ability to do yet with StreamYard. And this program is $30 every month. Most times it's paid from my pocket. I may go a month, I don't even get $30 worth of super chats. You understand? Because YouTube won't pay you unless you've accumulated $100. Sometimes I go a month without accumulating $100. But that would be nice. That would be beautiful. But the work is being done through pure joy because of where I used to be and where I am now. But the world runs on money. So, consider sending something. Everybody gets Cash App. Or PayPal. I think there's also a link, PayPal link in the description, whichever one. And let's say somebody can pay the month for this program, $30. Pay the month for this program, $30. Today's the 27th. It goes the 29th. On the 29th, $30 will come to my account for this program, for these things here. Somebody pays for it. Do what you love what you do. Absolutely. Absolutely. And you want to do it, nice too. That's nice. That's how I feel. That's how I feel. It's not necessary. There are guys with big channels just with their phones. No? That's them. My tea, I had bits of ginger in there, and the ginger is at the bottom. I want my bits of ginger. It ain't coming down. This work is gonna bring the big kid out of you, man. It's going to reestablish your innocence, your childhood innocence. An adult would stop the first time if they see they can't get it, not a child. So you will recover your childhood innocence, your sense of wonder, your sense of amazement, your sense of beauty, your sense of having all the time. I'm often told, you act like you have all the time in the world. I said, I do, don't I? I actually do, don't I? Never press for time, but I'll be on time. But I don't have the consciousness of, I'm rushing. Oh, nah. If something goes down, I'm ready to go homeless today. If nothing works in my life. I'm serious. So I don't stress. Like, okay, I'm homeless. It's good now to experience not having a shelter. Shit, all my life I've been in the shelter. Now it's time to see what the dogs feel like. It's a fucking different life. It's like, it is what it is. Time for a new plan. Time to look at myself differently. What am I stressing about? What would I cry about? I don't know. I don't know about this practice. Oh yeah, they want that penis covered. Everybody wants it covered. I do practice sleeping, not practice. Every once in a while I sleep fully naked, depending on the temperature. And I recently began to wear boxers. So where I'm from, we don't wear boxers. We wear underwear, like men's underwears. And of course they always hurt because that junk is sitting in there, and they have, the seams are very thick, and when I came to America and I realized, oh, there's something different that men wear here. They're called boxers. And for years, I stayed away until I went somewhere and I found one Calvin Klein boxers. I'm like, let me try this. I bought it and I fell in love with them. There's room for my junk to air out, and this thing is just hanging loose and it's all over. And I'm like, this is what was meant to just have room to play. So yeah, I'm with you on that. I don't know about exposing to the sun, but I think it needs to air out. And maybe airing it out might help the level of sensitivity, whatnot. You know? Mentag Chia, our favorite guy, huh? Yeah. He explains exposing our penis to the sunlight to absorb photons. I might consider doing that. I know I've done what is it? Rooting myself, like grounding myself. I mean, I've dug a couple of inches hole and put my feet in it and covered back in dirt. Now, I didn't have to do that back home. I'm from Haiti, so we walk bare feet anyway. But in America, I had to do that. So I spent some time in the early stage of my recovery. I needed to ground myself, so I've done that. I've hugged a tree, or I've hugged trees, literally hugged trees. It's true, very therapeutic, very therapeutic. You feel the energy, and I've grounded myself. I've seen men to walk barefoot these days, older men, especially older men. On my running tracks, I've seen older men walking barefoot. A couple of miles walking barefoot. So that might be true to expose this thing to the sun. Like, let's just be naked out here to the sun, man. And you know, good night, Merca. We're finna bounce soon. Yeah. Few more questions, guys. And Coach, if you're here, thanks for stopping by. I appreciate you. The 13 Hashem, thank you for keeping the conversations going. You've been a blessing, Merca. Who else? Big T Bro, thanks for participating. Trevon Rollins, what's up, bro? Where's my brother Neo? What's up? Vinny Mac, thank you for stopping by. Mello, thank you for that super chat from Canada. Appreciate you. Philly Cheese. Yeah, gang. Stay Kings. Oh man, how did I miss that? I hope you're still here. I did see when you popped up though. Any advice on avoiding manifesting negative things as your energy grows? Or am I thinking too hard about it? A lot of old traumas, and over the years, it just seems my auto switch is on negative. Yes. If you're still here, bro, put a 1 in the chat so I can give you the answer. That's a big question. In fact, you're the one asking the question because you're consciously aware of this issue, but all men deal with it until they've done the work. I've dealt with this until I did the work. Yeah. It's a big problem. Yeah. Coach, what up? Loving the conversations. Indeed, man. Indeed. We just let loose, unplugged, you know. I think I'm gonna start calling it a session Men Superpower Unplugged. All right, so I guess this the brother left. Stay Kings. I wasn't his first time. He's been here before. But his question, yeah, he's not alone. A lot of traumas, a lot of pain causes, and low energy cause the mind to be predominantly negative. And when the mind is predominantly negative, what you think you become, that's the reality of the universe. And so what you think you become, if your mind is predominantly negative, you will predominantly manifest negativity. You will attract negative people, painful people, trauma-ridden people. You will lose money, lose jobs, sabotage yourself. Yeah. I have to be honest with you. I remember like it was yesterday when that negative grip was broken off of me. You know, it's interesting. Here's the question. Recently, for the past few days, one of my main thoughts has been, damn, really one of the major changes in my life has been that now I think positively. Now, do negative thoughts come and knock every once in a while and suggest themselves to me? Of course they do. But I'm able to just let them roll off my back like water off duck's back. I mean, I'm saying up to yesterday, I've been one of the thoughts that I've been, mulling over, like, man, my life has become predominantly positive. I remember a time when my life was predominantly negative. I mean, I thought negative about everything. Women, other men, situations, life, my family, everything. Like, it wasn't going to work. If you say something to me, I already saw how it wasn't going to work. If I thought of doing something, I saw how it wasn't going to work because I had a lot of traumas. A lot of pain, a lot of illusions, a lot of lies, a lot of unfulfilled expectations, a lot of obsessions and expectations to let go. I had to die. I had to lose my ego. Yeah, I had to come to the conclusion that I was going to choose life as opposed to choosing expectations. I got to the point where I embraced life as it is, as opposed to what I thought life should be. That's where a lot of the fight is. What I think life should be like. How I think I'm supposed to be treated by people. What I think life should give me. What I think the past should have been. It's the ego has a big grip and investment in this area here. You will become positive the day that you lose the ego. Well, that part of the ego. Essentially, it will feel like you're dead for some time. Until a new life emerges out of you. But you will feel dead for some time. For some time, you will feel like you don't have a personality, you don't have an identity. And if you can sustain that, very soon a new personality and a new identity will emerge. Then that's when people say, I have become unrecognizable. Like, I'm unrecognizable to my old self. And so when you die, which the ego will fight to death, not to die, not to let go, and all of a sudden a new life full of acceptance emerges. Bro, I'm accepting life every single day, and it's a much more beautiful life. I've accepted that I didn't grow up with mom and dad, which gave me problems for some years until I had to let it go. It was like, how come my dad just had me with my father, my mom, and didn't stay with my mom? And then they took me from my mom. I didn't grow up with my mom. I don't know what motherly love is. I don't know what, I didn't grow up with my father either. I don't know what fatherly love is. I feel so alone in this life, and I'm a loner. How come everybody think differently? How come everybody don't see things the same way? People are stupid, those kind of things. People are crazy. It's a lot of unnecessary junk to let go. But you don't really let go of the things, you let go of the ego. The ego has the things. So since you let go of it, it left with them, with the things. And then you have to become what it is, man, as opposed to what it should be, man. Do you have anybody in your life who always makes the statement, what things should be? Those are the people with the most problems. Should be. Well, that's how it should be anyway. No, what should have been, that's not how it should be. That's not the way he should do it. That's not how you should do it. Oh, what do you mean should? Then they can't give you an answer. What do you mean should? Because the moment you say this is how it should be, that means you have an expectation. That means there is a law. That means somebody has decided how things are to be. And as far as we are concerned about life is shooting and missing. So where do you find that law that says that's how this should be? And so I remember when I moved from what I think things should be to it is what it is, bro. This is what it is. This is what this is. Okay. So I'm going to deal with it, or I don't deal with it. It takes a lot of courage to do that. But it takes care of a lot of negativity. And lastly, what I'm going to say is, with all that cleansing, I have removed the blame of my neighbor. I have removed the blame of my neighbor. My neighbor is not the one who's hurting me. My woman is not the one who's hurting me. My friend is not the one who's hurting me. My client is not the one who's hurting me. My business partner is not hurting me. This stranger is not hurting me. This manager is not hurting me. The government is not hurting me. What's hurting me is a disposition to pain that's within me. I have a disposition to feel pain. I have a disposition to hurt myself. That's what's hurting me. I have a disposition to pay attention to the negative part of every story and hold on to it and keep rehashing it. That's what's hurting me. I have a disposition to interpret what someone says in a way that hurts me. Because I want to be a victim, because I am a victim. I see myself as a victim. And yeah, you said that because you see me this way. That's why you said it. No, that's not why I said that. No, what do you mean? No, I like you, David. No, but you said that because you don't think I'm the shit. You think I'm nobody. That's why you said it. It's my interpretation of what he says or she says. Because I already feel like I'm nobody. I feel like shit. So if somebody says something, well, it must be because he thinks I'm shit. I'm nobody. That's why he says it. This is true. The principle is true when you realize, when you change the way you see yourself, when somebody says something, you no longer feel the same way. Right. So right now, right, for example, with women, where if a woman gets mad, I no longer think that she's mad at me. I swear to you, if my woman has an attitude, or she doesn't, nowadays she doesn't really has an attitude, because we've done a lot of growth together. We've had so many breakups and we've grown. She's grown, I've grown. It's more like she could be somewhat quiet or a little abrupt here and there, but it doesn't last long. You know what my first question is? Are you okay, babe? And now, of course, our agreement is she's not gonna say, nah, I'm fine. She'll be like, and she's gonna pause to find what it is and tell me. And that's how I am too. We've grown to do that. As opposed in the past, you okay, baby? Yeah, I'm fine. Nah, that's a lie. Because obviously you just did something very abrupt. You were just rough here. So we admit the truth, like, that's how couples grow or people grow. But when that happens these days, I don't automatically associate that with something about me. It's more like, you alright, babe? Well, why you ask? Because I think I'm alright. Well, I mean, just now, earlier this morning, you and that's not kind of like you, and given the situation, like, oh, okay. Well, I had just gotten off the phone with and I felt, I forgot about that, babe. That was this morning. As opposed to in the past. What's wrong with you? What are you giving me attitude for? I took it personally. On the road now, if somebody does something, it's like, you alright? I'm literally asking people, you good? You alright? Like, I'm looking after you because I'm not taking things personally. I think, because truth of the matter is, people have so many problems to react to. People are reacting to their own minds and their own traumas and their own childhood pain more than they react to you. In fact, nobody reacts to nobody. We're only reacting to ourselves. Your first relationship is to yourself. I hope you know that. You have a relationship with yourself. You're always talking to yourself. You're always judging yourself, putting yourself down, depending on where you are on the spectrum of consciousness. I uplift myself now, but in my past, I used to put myself down, thinking that she's thinking I'm bad. He's thinking I must not be, I must be shit. She's thinking, whatever she's thinking, but really it's me thinking that about myself. So in that relationship with self, every reaction is to the self. It's not to the person. Because before you react to the person, you said something to yourself. What the fuck? That's what he thinks. That's what he's gonna do to me. Well, that's a conversation with self. Oh, he thinks he can. Wait a minute. So he thinks that he can take advantage of me? Nigga, I'm gonna show you. Well, that's a conversation with self. So, bro, I hope this guy was still here to hear the answer. The Hashim, I think sometimes I forget that you're Haitian, I forgot that you be speaking Creole to me. I wish he were here to hear the answer. But bro, we are all come to this life with this predisposition to negativity. It is our lot. It is our inheritance. It is our heritage. Because we are born into this world in the lower part of the ego, and the ego must evolve. That's what awakening is all about. That's what development is all about. When you understand energy, when you understand these things esoterically, you realize, oh, I was born in the lower part of the energy of the spectrum. So that's why you're awakening. It's an awakening. As a baby, you are born in this body, but this body is the most dense energy in existence. That means it's the slowest moving energy. Well, slow moving energy is negative. It's self-conscious. It ain't going nowhere. It sits there and looking at itself and feeling itself. But as you do spiritual work, you're evolving. You're awakening. You were born asleep, and you're awakening. And as you awaken, you move further from the negative, dense part of the energy, which is the ego and the flesh, identification with the flesh and the ego, into identification with the spirit, with the soul, and the non-form. And that's when you begin to be positive. You don't have a choice, because now you've seen too much truth. You've understood too many concepts. You've seen the light. You've considered death. And you're ready to die. You're looking forward to that day. This is different from being suicidal, where we're like total opposite. But you're looking forward to the day you have accepted the fact that one day, whether you want to call it return back home or awaken, because some people have said, and to a certain extent I also adhere to this belief, this is sleeping. Upon death, we will awaken to the reality of, or it's not even death, transition, or when we release this body and let it decay back into whatever, where it came from, the essence of us will join back to the whole. Oh, happy day. Oh, happy day, like. So, when you have contemplated these realities, when you have made peace with these realities, how can you worry about a car that broke down? How can you worry about a relationship that didn't work and that you don't want to fix? How can you worry about a friend that slows down on returning your text messages or your phone calls? You know what you care about? What I care about right now. What I told you earlier. I care about influencing you, participating in your awakening. Right? I just said it's all about an awakening. So I'm interested in sowing seeds in your awakening, because that's what it's about. What else? I got to be honest with you, bro. Wherever you see me now, I'm coming from the total opposite of that. Massive depression, self-hate, self-loathing, lower self-esteem, negative self-image. Man, I used to be told that, I used to be teased in school that I had rabbit ears, Man, my ears are not even big. So up to, I don't know, 14, 15, I used to think I had rabbit ears. My face was predominantly round. My face has been getting somewhat long on semen retention and, better jawline and chin. But that's the most elongated, so to speak, for lack of a better term, that my face has been. My face has always been round. And I have not knee, meaning that my knees are not. What's the opposite of not knee? It's bow-legged. So growing up, the guys with bow legs got chosen to play soccer. I was never chosen to play soccer because I have not knee. That means my knees rub together. Whatever that means, that's a sign of instability, physical instability or whatnot. And put that together with my height as a young teenager, it's like, you're a giant man with not knees and rabbit ears. And your family and shit anyway. So you don't get the girls. And you didn't grow up with your mom and dad. Imagine all of that in your mind. And you're born in a poor country. So that's a lot that I've had to heal from, release, let go, accept myself. And guess what? In accepting myself, I've discovered, oh my God, I'm so handsome. I love my handsomeness. Like, I love it. Like, I'm good with it. I don't care about you. I'm good with it. Because when I look in the mirror and smile at myself, I fucking love the smile. I fucking love the way I look to myself. Like, I love my height. I love my knees as they are. Because I've learned to accept and love. I'm like, dang, man, I'm one hot guy walking around. And I almost listened to kids in school. Like, damn, this is, yeah. I remember this particular time, I was so depressed that I literally felt like if I could miraculously open the floor, I would open the floor, dig a hole, go in and find a way to cover myself back and just stay there. I didn't want to die though. I just wanted to stay there for some time, like give up life for some time. And yes, I have attempted suicides, of course. If I have those stories, I once was on the highway. I let go of my steering wheel. I did. When I had consciousness, I was parked wherever I was going. And that's about I would say roughly 5 miles. That was my original destination. And I was crossing a bridge. I just let go of the steering wheel. And I just expected to experience what I would see in movies, like a pile up, getting hit left and right, and I flew in the air, and like that would be it. When I had consciousness, like I was parked where I was originally going. At 18, I went to commit suicide. And I went to that area by the ocean in Haiti. And I sat contemplating my death. And I kept hearing somebody calling my voice. But I was by myself by the beach. In the woods, in coconut trees and stuff like that. But this voice up there in the trees kept calling my name. And nobody. So I put my thoughts back on the suicide. They call my name again. Ain't nobody. So I put my thoughts back on the suicide. Like, I'm doing this. I had my son. My son was born on my 18th birthday. That was rough. So that means her mom got pregnant. I was 17. He was born on my birthday. My son and I share the same birthday. It was tough. I couldn't do it. So I kissed him. I held him tight. I cried. I held him tight. I kissed him because I was going to commit suicide. I thought that was the last time I was going to see him. But that voice kept calling me. And I got angry. I'm like, God damn it, And I just left. I left. And so I think my best use in this life is to talk to people and to transmit certain understanding that I have. I think that's the best use for me in this life. I can't teach nobody to make money. Hell, I need to learn how to make money myself, and I need to be more effective on how to make money myself. You can learn that from somebody else. But these things that I've been sharing is what I know. And I won't stop talking and sharing them. If you want to work with me, Patreon, like yourself in the tier, and we can work one-on-one. Go to my website, check my story out. Go to my website, check my story out, check me out, check where I've been, what I've done. I believe we all have had moments of stagnant thoughts affecting us. Of course, yes. It comes and goes. Let's see. You said some other things, yeah. It comes and goes, but there comes a point where you're more positive than anything else. You can shake the negative off more easily, very quickly. Like, oh, I ain't thinking about that. Like, instantly. But you have to have the energy. I realized the difference. I do what I can to absorb this energy from environment. Think like it's an instant energy boost. That energy even makes the penis stand on full salute by sun energy. I need to try that, but you staying over there getting all this erection juice by yourself. Brother Dave would like to thank you for providing us with this platform of empowerment. One day, these videos will go down into digital history for future generations to remember one day. Much respect, Rastafarian. I appreciate it, brother. By the way, I love your profile picture. I don't know if we've talked about this. Yeah, I think we've talked about this. We are cousins. Esoterically speaking, we are cousins. Just seeing the your profile pic, because that's why we have sanctum anyway. That's why we have sanctuaries, as a reminder of the light. It's speaking to me. Just seeing it. I wish I could find that. Just that same picture that you use. So mote it be. Indeed. Look forward to the next live. In fact, stay empowered. Keep up the good work. I appreciate you, brother. Anybody else here? Thank you, guys. I appreciate you. Don't need to go to sleep, but I think I'm gonna eat some protein. I'm going to rejoice. Thank you for being here. Thank you for all the super chats. I appreciate everybody, every conversation. We did it once again. And we thank the Father for it. Any question? Remember, just remember this. You are on the right path. You are on the right journey. The journey of self-discovery. The journey of self-love. The journey of self-empowerment. Stay on this journey. And here is the story of the man. God needs to be reawakened within man. He was born with power and wisdom, with a powerful spirit, and fears no one. But his uncontrolled desire for pleasure got the best of him.
And the time come for you to be your own man and take on the world, and you did. But somewhere along the line, you changed. You stopped being you. You let people stick a finger in your face and tell you you're no good. You stopped being you. You let people stick a finger in your face and tell you you're no good. You changed.
And I'm the best ever.
Welcome to Man's Superpower. Feel your power, bro. Indeed, feel your power, bro. You are on the right path. You are on the right journey. The journey of self-discovery. The journey of self-love. The journey of self-empowerment. Stay on this journey. I'll see you next week. Nah. Oh yeah, today's Saturday. You might see me. I might see you tomorrow. Tonight, Saturday. I might see you tonight. Yeah, indeed. Namaste. Be powerful. Stay strong. You are kings. You are on the right path. You are on the right journey. The journey of self-discovery. The journey of self-love. The journey of